Stay. Let's go back on the loop again, Sean.
Are you live, Harley? Come on.
Off the seat. Good boy.
Come on. Good boy. Oh. Hello, everyone. Just adjust the camera. You're live, Harley. Give us a wave. Harley, come here. Up you come.
Up you come.
Come on.
Come on. Up you come. Good boy. Up you come. On your daddy's knee. Come on. Up. Up. Come on up. It's alright. He's frightened of the table, Sean.
Come here.
We'll have to get him up from the side. There you go. Sit down. There you go. Good lad.
Outside broadcast. There you go, Laura. Hello. Hello. Woof. Woof. Hey, right. Hello, everyone. Who have we got in? We've got Shari, WDW2, Tracy, Jim, Stefan, Jimmy, Shari, Gareth and Laura, Jane. Hello, Jane. Hello, Mark. Hey, Caroline's in here as well. What are you doing in the chat?
Hello.
And if there's anybody else that I've missed, that's all I can say right now. So this stream is...
We'll get to that, Mark.
What did Mark ask?
When are we coming back?
Mark, you might be the first question.
Harley's
What are you doing?
He's eating the treats that were there.
Harley's eating the treats. Can you hear us okay? I'm still a bit deaf in my ear, so I can't hear myself.
We're trying something new outside, so we don't know how it's going to go.
Who is the puffed up cotton ball? That's Harley, Mark.
Oh, baby.
He's like a little polar bear. I can hear myself on the TV in the other room, so that we can
Dad, shut the door because Sean can hear himself.
No, the barman needs to keep the door open to refresh my drink.
Just shut it slightly.
It's running out.
Thank you.
Awesome. Right, so we're here to answer all of the personal questions that you guys asked. So some of them are quite serious, but we're trying to make it a little bit lighthearted, which is how we do things, as you know. Need to turn the birds off.
Shh, let him down. Sorry, that was me dad's fault.
Harley's going to turn the birds off, Mark. Hi, Sylvia. What do you want?
Sit down. Good boy.
There's no more treats for you.
There is. I've got a bag full. Yeah, that's what he's...
Right, okay. Right, let's... obviously, Harley should... Yes, I agree, Laura. We try and give him in every video. It's how we get the subs. He did, Mark. Right, let's get started with these questions. So we've got a couple of light-hearted ones, a lot of serious ones, and we'll try and do our best to answer them all. If you've got any other questions as we go along, just ask away. Doesn't mean we'll answer them, but ask the questions, and
he's just
he's
just down by his mummy because there's a big bag of food there.
Yes, definitely. Well, he went barking at Dave there because Dave tried to lock the door and lock us out, and I don't think he liked that. Right, so the first question... Oh, we can't see the chat on the screen. Let me just fix that first. You should be able to see the chat on the screen now.
You got the questions on as well.
Yes, so the first question is Mark. Out loud.
Surprising.
And he asks, when is the next time you guys will be coming over to the States? Well, Mark, you'll just have to watch this space and stay in suspense. But I will tell you one thing, we love Christmas.
Wink wink.
Yeah.
Nudge nudge.
He is, Gareth and Laura, definitely. So that's Mark's question. A little bit of a light one to start off with, and then we'll get right into the serious stuff with Steph's day off. By the way, she's also live, and we were just in her stream riding Dumbo.
She's actually, I've been riding Dumbo with her in her live stream. Oh, but you want to know too. Well, when the thing is, Gareth and Laura, when are you going back to Walt Disney World?
But yeah, when are you guys going?
You know, Laura knows.
Hello, Nix.
apologies in advance because Sean's got a terrible cough right now.
So
I need to move that because I feel like I'm off. I'm having a tetanus moving.
Just look at the camera.
No,
babe.
but I'm moving off.
Oh, because you want to see
Yeah.
the chat.
Right. What's the next question?
So, Steph asks a couple of questions, and there was a couple of people who asked similar questions as well. Geeked Out Getaways asked this question, and Damien and India didn't as well. No.
It was just Geeked Out Getaways and Steph's Day Off, really.
So before we read Steph's question, we're going to read what Geeked Out Getaways said.
You read it.
No, you can read it.
I'll let you read it.
Okay, so Julia from Geeked Out Getaways said, we don't know much about Caroline's illness and disability, but would like to learn more. Ben has a very fast progressing illness that we haven't really shared with the community yet. It's a struggle to figure out how to talk about it, I will say that. So hopefully, by us talking about Caroline's, it's going to help them a little bit and maybe other people as well.
Hopefully.
So Steph's question is, what is your disability and has this been a part of your life for long, Caroline?
I don't just have one, unfortunately. I have a few very rare things. I've got a thing called Behçet's disease or syndrome, however way you want to say it, which is a kind of vascular immune disease, which means that basically from head to toe I get ulcers throughout the body, vascular issues, whether it's rashes, swellings in vessels, you name it, I get it. Then I've also got degenerative spine disease, so my spine's crumbling away, and I've got Raynaud's, which means I get very cold and I get very hot too much as well, so things swell up in us. I've recently last year been diagnosed with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, but with that they're now looking into a thing called Ehlers-Danlos, joint hypermobility, and I want to say something else but I can't quite remember. But all these problems cause basically issues throughout my body, so that I can't, at times I can't eat, so food backs up, so from the top of my mouth to the bottom of, basically throughout the gastric tract, food gets stuck. I can't do things like you would normally do on a daily basis. So right now I'm learning how to use catheters and things to help us to go, obviously, to the toilet naturally. I'm having physio every day, and it's not to help us walk properly again, because I can walk little bits but not very far. It's to help us just maintain my muscles to work. But I'm being referred to rheumatology because I'm having a lot of problems with joint pain and I cannot move my shoulders properly. I don't know if you've noticed in some of the vlogs where sometimes I kind of wince. It's because of either getting what they think might be impingement, but also I want to say she said something about that I may have some prolapses. I've already got prolapses in other parts of the body, but prolapses in possibly my spine. There's a lot of other stuff, and it really covers a lot of stuff, but a lot of things. But to understand it and why I always make mistakes when I speak to people, is because my brain doesn't function like it used to. But I just, like I said, I just get on with it. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. It's not always what you see. What you see is what you get with me and Sean. We kind of deal with it and we get on with it, but you don't see what goes on because Sean edits a lot of his out when I make mistakes. I mean, and I make a lot of them.
Yeah, so in the vlogs up to now, we've kept it subtle, where Caroline's illness is affecting what's going on. So we didn't really want to bring it front and centre, apart from when we've talked about
Thank you, Steph.
disabled rooms and things like that.
Jim, I don't know which one. I think it's Steph.
But in the next set of vlogs for Disneyland Paris, we're going to do a much bigger focus on how to deal with the illness on travelling and things like that. But we'll talk about that more in an earlier question.
I think it should be done from your point of view, because I don't think it's ever been done from a carer's point of view.
We'll do it from both.
Hey, Steph.
So Mark, yeah, so she can walk a little bit. It's more tiredness and fatigue that stops you from walking, as opposed to
I get a lot of joint pain. My hips are horrendous. I get a lot of pain in the hips, the pelvis. the knees, the ankles, just every piece of joint, but I try just to get on with it, and I don't like taking painkillers, so I tend not to take them. I'm going to be trialling some new painkillers soon, but I also cannot take painkillers or anti-inflammatories. I cannot take anti-inflammatories because of the gastric tract, and I cannot take some painkillers because I have a heart issue, and also with the POTS, the postural tachycardia syndrome. When I take painkillers and certain things, my heart races all the time to the point that I go dizzy or I can faint, or I hyper sweat, or everything's just literally on edge.
She is, Dave. She is amazing. Hi, Geeked Out Getaways. I feel... No, everyone's got their own issues, Mark.
Mark, seriously, listen to me. I'm a firm believer that no matter how small or big a problem is, everybody's problem's valid. Shari will tell you this. I've had this conversation with Shari. Everybody's problem is valid. It doesn't matter how big or small, and you should never ever look at your problem as a small problem, because whatever's meaningful to you is meaningful to you. Doesn't mean just because somebody else has something that's different or more vast, it doesn't mean it's bigger. It just means it's different. To never look down on your own problems, because your own problems sometimes can get bigger. Believe me, I learnt the hard way.
Yeah. So that's all about your disability. So what are your thoughts on how you just discussed that then, Caroline? Steph asks.
I wasn't a big fan on discussing it, but I felt because I was making so many mistakes on Twitter and just in general when I speak to everyone, and the fact that there's a lot of people out there with similar rare issues that I've got, that sometimes it needs to be said, because what you see on the vlogs is not what I go through on a daily basis. Sean's very good at editing, and what I go through on a daily basis, sometimes I'm in bed nearly the whole time, and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I struggle to get up in the morning, sometimes I don't. When I say struggle, I always struggle to get up in the morning, but I mean sometimes I kind of get ready, and because I have to get help from people, and things just get harder depending on how ill I am, or whether I've got a virus, because I catch viruses and infections very quickly. So every day is different.
Yeah, and does it make
Thank you, Peter or Sarah, whichever one it is.
We love you all as well. And we're really looking forward to the secret trip later, Peter and Sarah. So
when I say to everybody that the last year when I've watched vlogs, I may not have been able to watch them in a compass mentis mind, but when you have made us smile, you don't know how big a thing that is for me. Like I said, the Brookhart Project, I've said it before, Despicable 3, and there's so many. It just by making it a little bit of making us smile just to get through a day, just lying in bed, you don't know how much a difference it makes to somebody when they're going through something.
And all of your nice messages and comments, it's really meant a lot, and I think it's helped reduce the anxiety as well a little bit.
Because it does make you very anxious, because
come here.
Well, Steph's just hit the nail on the head. You don't need to justify yourself, but sometimes you feel like you do, Steph, because some people just think strange things.
And that's a hard thing for me, because Caroline is always getting worked up and stressed about other people judging her, and what other people want to do, and what other people think, and what everyone else is going to think if she has to use a disability access pass in Disney, for example. Like, why should I have to use it? So, like, as if we talk about that, on our last trip in Florida, we got the disability access pass for Disney, and we used it once.
Hi,
and even then we didn't really need to, because the queue wasn't that long anyway. But we used it once. And
we only had one major issue, and that was on Peter Pan, and I was quite shocked, to be honest, because we'd never had a problem with my mum on Peter Pan, because she had multiple sclerosis, and she never had an issue. But with me, they were asking us if I could walk down 6 foot's worth of steps and things. I cannot walk that far. I can't even getting up a set of steps in the house is bad enough, never mind 6 foot steps. Like a 6 foot ladder, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, definitely, Steph. I think that's the best thing to come out of all of this. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree, Steph.
Is just the amazing friends that we're making. So they were Steph's questions.
That was Steph's day off.
Steph's day off.
Not Steph from the Despicable 3.
We've got your question coming up a bit later.
Because Dad keeps getting confused when I say Steph. He's going, Steph, I'm saying Steph. I mean, when I say Steph, I mean Steph from the Despicable 3, Dad.
Yeah, Mark, Caroline is just the tame rides, which has always been like that, really, because she doesn't like the motion or height or anything. So.
I used to be fine with heights until I abseiled down the Tyne Bridge for multiple sclerosis many years ago, and now I'm frightened of heights. But now because of the...
Sorry, I keep looking at Harley because he's growling at us.
He's not growling, he wants these. Can you go and put them in the house? Sit with the pots, because it's an imbalance. I get very dizzy because the blood pools in different areas and it doesn't get back to the brain so quick. Is that right? Doesn't get back to my brain so quick. That I go very dizzy, very quickly, very sick, woozy. Oh, I can't take a lot of the ups and downs and things like that. I'll pass out.
Yeah.
I have passed out a few times on holiday.
So, Planet Mark asks the next question. Does it ever hold you back?
It does. I missed going on holiday a couple of years. Well, was it yet last year? Sorry, Dad.
Barman, we need another drink.
Barman's asking if we want another drink. I had to let Sean go on a holiday that I was meant to go with him, and he took his friend Chris in place of me. He wasn't going to go, but I said, why lose out because of me? I didn't think that was fair.
Hi, Jonathan.
We're not married. We weren't even. Were we engaged?
Yes.
Yeah, we had just got engaged.
It was only last year that I went to Turkey.
He got my brains all over the place.
But the point in example.
But I didn't want him to lose out, and why should he? Why should he lose out because of me? He's going to have to put up with it for a long time, and it is going to get worse, and that's something that I'm having to deal with right now, and learn that I actually try and do too much, and I know I do, but I still believe that I should push myself, because I don't want to end up, and this sounds really awful, but I don't want to end up seized up and not being able to do anything for myself at all, which is what it will end up like. But I don't want that to happen quickly. But I'm fighting with doctors and physios right now because I'm being told I do too much, and it doesn't help us. Don't you nod your head too?
Well, you do.
I'm a trier.
I'm just sorry.
And I don't want to give
getting
up.
distracted and realising that maybe I look a little bit like a fat version of Marv from
Marv?
Home Alone. My wet bandit. Right, anyway.
If you stop me speaking, I'll forget what I'm going to say.
Sorry, I'm just
it's all right. It's fine.
lightening a little bit. It's Jonathan's birthday, so should we sing happy birthday to him?
I can't sing, but you can sing it to him.
Oh, with my sore throat. I don't have a sore throat. I've just got. Why did I say?
Everybody sing to Jonathan in the comments.
Yes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jonathan. Happy birthday to you. And that's the copyright strike done for singing happy birthday.
Yeah, I totally understand that, Mark, about not being able to go on with the stroke. It's kind of what can happen with the POTS, because it's like stroke-like symptoms at times. Tracy G. Thank you, Tracy G.
Mark, don't cancel your trip. There's so much. You don't have to do anything at Disneyland.
Tracy,
just be happy and
it was that I think it needs to be said sometimes to help others, because my problems are so rare. And Sean said, I think maybe you could help other people. So that's what I'm doing. Thank you, Jane. I know you've got a friend who's got similar issues than me, and I appreciate how understanding and how nice you've been with us, and how you message us literally every day just to make sure I'm okay, and that does mean a lot.
Have you seen Julia's message?
I'm trying to read everybody. Sorry, I'm trying to go as quick as I can.
Thank
catch
you,
up.
Disney's definitely good medicine, Shari.
I understand totally about systemic sclerosis, obviously, because my mum had it, and that's something people keep thinking that I maybe have too, on top of everything else, that maybe I have MS, but I've never had the test. Do you know what it is, Julia? I always push myself, but sometimes it's really wrong, and I know that, but sometimes I think if I don't push myself, then maybe I'll be bound to bed and in a wheelchair always. But the problem is you don't know, and there's no right or wrong, and doctors and specialists and physios will tell you that you're wrong all the time and that you shouldn't be, and they just want you to be in the chair because they think it helps. It probably does help in the fact that you're not tiring yourself out so much, but it doesn't help with sometimes your own mental way of thinking, because if you've been somebody who's been physically fit and doing everything all the time on your own, like I used to be. I mean, I used to go to the gym. Sean will tell you how many times. Go on, because you used to tell me off for this.
You'd spend like 3 hours in the gym. What do you do for 3 hours in the gym? Anyway.
A lot. And that used to be at least 4 to 5 times a week I used to do that, so it shows you that
Sit
I was...
in the whirlpool?
No, I never sat in a whirlpool. Happy birthday, happy birthday again, Jonathan.
Definitely. So, how do you overcome it, Caroline? Hey, random collection.
How do I overcome it? I don't know. You're not going through these questions. How do I overcome it? I'm still learning, and every day's a learning curve. We're still learning. Dad's still learning. I think one of the best things for me is that I've got Dad, and he's been through it before with my mum. I don't think I'm a very positive person, and I think positivity gets you a long way, though you think I'm overly positive, but I think positivity, sometimes being a little bit rebellious like I am and wanting to try and do things myself. And also I think what helps me a lot is the fact that I saw somebody like my mum, and I was going through what she went through for 20 odd years, and also that I worked looking after people in palliative care. So
thank you, Jonathan.
It puts you in the right mindset. I'm never going to be able to do what I used to do, so it's just getting used to it now.
Yeah. And we all get frustrated as well. And
I get extremely frustrated.
Which is unhelpful, so we have to try and work through that as well. Gareth and Laura, we totally agree. Any other questions that we've missed?
Thank you. I try and be humorous, but I'm not humorous, but I try. I've got dry humour like Dave. I'm very much my daddy's daughter. Is that right, Dad? You'll probably pop your head out.
I think it was a 20-second delay, so in 20 seconds he's going to shout, yeah. Okay, next question is from WDW2. But before we answer that, Mark has a question. How long have you been dealing with your issues, Caroline?
I've been having a lot of problems since I was in my early... Probably from the age of 15.
Okay, Nate and Craig.
Probably from the age of 15 onwards. I was picking up all sorts, and I think I'd have to go back to Dad. I think I was about 18, and then I got chicken pox. Things started to go a bit downhill. Then I went on holiday with my other partner at the time, Andy, and I passed out twice, and I was just covered in ulcers inside my mouth, and I just didn't feel very well. And that would have been when I was 18 or 19, and then it just kept on going. But the issues I've got are so rare, they take 10 to 20 years to diagnose. How long have I been diagnosed now with Behçet's?
4 or 5 years?
No, so it's over, that must be about 10. I think
No.
I've been diagnosed, I lived with Behçet's for about 10 years without, I think, being diagnosed. Then I got diagnosed. Dad, is that right? You can answer the things for us properly, time-wise. You can sit there. Here comes the man who goes to everything with us. He'll be able to answer better than me.
10 years for your Behçet's.
It's 10 years I've been diagnosed with the Behçet's. But
Time just flies.
About 15 years or so
15
since
years,
you took bad.
15 years in total, since 15, maybe 20.
When you first,
15 years since I really took bad. There you go, Dad. Hi, Dad. Hi, Dave. In Potts has just been last year, hasn't it?
Last year.
But when I was younger, there was issues, but we just didn't know what was wrong. But Dad literally comes to every appointment. He's literally went through everything with us. Hi Dave, Sarah or Peter says, I don't know which one it is.
Oh yeah.
Sean's just learning, and he won't tell us off for saying this. Sean is he's learning, and he's still struggling, which is what skews the motorbikes. It's little kids playing on their little mopeds. Sean, this is what Disneyland Paris is about.
Is it?
Yep.
I thought it was about like Winnie the Pooh and
Mickey
Mouse.
It's Disneyland Paris is about Sean taking me away so that he can learn to do it all himself.
You're a role model, Dave.
But he still asked Dad to come. That was the thing. He still asked Dad to come. Is that right? Is that right, Dad? He said, Dave, come with us, please.
He always asks us to come.
Yeah.
But you've got to have time together. be able to do it yourselves.
Yeah, Dad's very good at Valentino Rossi, isn't Geordie?
Freddie Mercury.
Dad's been through it all. He knows what he's doing, and I couldn't do it without him. And then obviously Sean helps when he can, but Sean works full time, so Andy does the vlogs. Right, next question, Sean.
You can go back in now if you want.
Thank
Dave.
you.
Bye, Dad.
Ta-ra.
I'll shout if I need more help. Thank you. I've come to expect Dad. Dad's
definitely
with me all the time. Me and Dad come as a double act.
For the next year, it's mostly going to be without him, so the next year's worth of videos until we get married.
He'll be in and out like a yo-yo.
Yeah. So WDW2 ask, on the worst days, what pulls you through?
On the worst days, I'll be honest, on my worst days I'm in bed. I cannot get out. I cannot move. I'm in pain. I can't eat. I can't do much. I can't even clean my own teeth. It's the only... Sean and Dad will come on, get up. Come on, get your medication. They have to do, basically, on those days is literally... I could say wipe my backside. I literally have to do everything. I can't do anything really on my own. I have to Dad showers me and pretty much helps us with everything. Sean's not so keen right now, are you? Be honest. You're not so sure. You don't know how to do it. He's panicking.
So what's your motivation, Caroline, to keep carrying on?
I just want to be alive.
Yeah.
I just want to enjoy life as much as I possibly can. But I do have my down days, don't get us wrong. I'm not, I will have I'm a human being, and I will have my really frustrated days where I get very frustrated. I can cry, but I cry because I'm angry, not because I'm upset. It's more because out of frustration I cry. And on those days when I'm really, really poorly, it's you and Dad that keep us going.
That's how you do the heart, yeah. Caroline is my motivation, if you wondered.
No, I'm not. Food's your motivation.
Okay. Food, then Caroline. But Caroline makes my food sometimes, and she makes nice food. So.
And if you ever wonder what this is,
It's water.
I live on 3 litres of water a day. I've got to drink a lot of water.
So thank you for those questions, WDW2. Up next is... Yeah. Shari.
Yeah. Sorry, I've got a pain in my back. Another thing.
Okay.
Yeah, the water went. I've got the other thing is I have it, which is just exactly what happens sometimes, and it might end up in the vlogs, and it has happened a few times.
I look like a whale mark.
I have dysphagia, which means I have swallowing issues, and I have also what's it called?
It's a throat.
Shari, Dad says Sean. I have no idea. He's just come out and said Shari said.
Who snores the loudest?
Oh, right. Dave's answering the question.
So if you wonder why I cough a lot, it's because I have dysphagia, and I have laryngeal spasms, and I have I've got not ulcers as in people get ulcers in here, but ulcers because of the Behçet's, and I've got hernias all over the place.
So when she's putting that down a little bit, when she talks about ulcers, they're not, the tiny little ulcer that you get on your tongue that you or I get. She's talking like ulcers in places where you don't want them and things like that.
Which is why sometimes I can't speak.
Yeah. Peter. So let's make it a bit more light-hearted now. Every time we get serious, we'll move to a little bit more light-hearted.
We were a bit sneaky. We kept a few general ones back for today just to make it a bit light-hearted.
So who snores the most, Sean or Dave? And Dave just says Sean, but I'm asleep. I think Dave snores the most.
No. You both snore terribly, but you snore in a different way. Dad has a weird watery snore. So if
like a broken train.
If Dad's had too much to drink, and he's been in the the heat and he's walked all day, he will snore like he's got water on him, and it's like, it's horrible, it's really awful, and you can't stand that. But Sean snores with his mouth open and his tongue sticks up, so I have to put up with the two of them like that. So you can imagine on holiday when I share a room with the two of them, I have earplugs.
She does. Sylvia, Caroline has that as well.
What's that?
Geographical tongue.
I have geographical tongue as well, Sylvia.
Yeah.
I won't stick my tongue out, but it's horrible.
Surround sound snoring, yes, Laura.
I've had it since I was in my 20s, Sylvia, and I've got dips and curves and weird things all over the tongue. I look like I've got a map of Alpha Centauri.
Yeah. Well, you're saying Alpha Centauri? That's because we're watching Lost in Space on Netflix at the moment. Thanks for popping in, Tracy, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Bye, Tracy. Thank you.
Steph's not heard of geographical tongue.
Steph's not?
No.
Oh, wow.
Stick your tongue
I'm
out.
not. Do you really want us to stick my
your
tongue out? I don't know if it's as bad as what it normally is. Can you see that?
I have bad language, Tom.
I don't know if they'll be able to see that properly with all the...
We'll get Caroline to stick her tongue out at you one of the times when we see you. We're seeing you. I think I was seeing you every month this year. So
put it this way, I'm not. I have trouble eating certain foods and things, and when I have the certain foods because of the geographical tongue, it just swells it up and it irritates terribly. Oh, you've got the PAP machine. My brother's got sleep apnea as well, Mark out loud, so he's had the PAP machine. Sean's snoring at the moment is worse than what it should be because he's having problems with his ears, nose, mouth, everything.
Yeah, what I've been ill. I don't want to talk about my being ill when we're talking about serious stuff for Caroline, but mine's bad. My snoring is bad at the moment. It's relevant.
Terrible. It's terrible.
The tube that connects your nose, your ears, and your throat is inflamed, so I've got to sort that out.
Remember what I said.
Definitely, Sylvia. It's a great way to meet people.
Everybody's issue is valid.
Yeah, but
no matter how small.
Yes, better safe than sorry, Mark. Shari asks a second question, Caroline. What is the most frustrating thing for both of you regarding your health struggles?
Who wants that one?
Hashtag see Sean Snow.
What's yours? Go on, be honest.
The most.
I'm gonna say something here. Right? Can I just say something before I get it? Sean does not talk about anything. He is a very closed book and doesn't open up. He's like my dad. They keep everything close to their chest and they keep it up in there and they don't talk about it. I've had to learn to talk about it because I went through a really hard situation a few years ago because of it, which I don't really want to get into details about that, but let's say for the first time in my life I understood how people get depressed, down and very low and have severe anxiety. So I believe everybody should talk about even just a small bit. You don't have to talk about everything, but just a small bit, because sometimes just that little small bit stops that elastic snapping.
Enjoy the rest of your day, Peter, and say hello to Sarah for us. I just want to do a shout out to James and Tilly of Coming Up Warwicks when you're talking about that as well. So if you haven't seen their video on mental health, go and watch it. And that's all I'm saying about that topic. Regular comedian. What's most frustrating for me? The fact that Caroline will not put herself first. That's the most frustrating thing, and she needs to.
It's not going to happen. It'll never happen. I've never been that way and I won't ever change.
So, up next. Yes, it's a great video,
it's a very good video with some very valid points, and I said to Sean that, you know, he needed to watch it too, because he didn't want to watch it at first, and I said you need to watch it too because it brings up some very, very valid points.
You okay? Okay. That's an example of just a simple thing that can hurt her arm as well. Violet, new subscriber Violet, welcome to the channel and thanks for watching and taking part as well. It's fine if you want to be sneaky and quiet. We don't mind that at all. So Mark wants to know what's on the planning board before we answer the next question. So in a week's time, we've got the latest trip announcement week happening. So
Can you get Dad to get us a drink?
barman. So Harry,
I'm okay, Steph. It's nothing that I'm not used to. I just didn't realise it was going to go that fast, and I should learn. But I'll never learn.
Yeah. So we've got Madame Tussauds, Two Swords, Whipsnade Zoo, Alton Towers, Harry Potter, and Disneyland Paris.
Thank you.
How was Jimmy? Young Jimmy. I need to know.
That's the next big trip, and then over the next few months we've got a few other things coming up. We've got a wedding party to go to from some lovely newlyweds who are in this chat. We've got.
I've got my stuff sorted now. Eventually,
clothes, yeah.
Through the help of some of the women that I speak to on here.
Friend.
Thank you, Shari. Thank you, Jane, and thank you, Steph, and Laura, of course, as well. Laura actually gave his what's the word? Now here goes. No, it wasn't the ad. No, it was her what she's wearing that gave me the idea to use my dress that I'd never worn.
Okay. Friends Fest we're going to in July. We've got a local fun fair that comes here. It's Europe's biggest travelling fun fair.
Granddad's got biscuits.
Basically, there's about, I don't know, like 10 different fun fairs that all join up as one. There's like 300 and odd rides that come, so we might go to that as well. And a couple of other things that we haven't decided yet, and then maybe another trip announcement for later on in the year.
Definitely another trip announcement.
Dave is back, and Steph, he wants to know how little Jimmy is.
Dad, can I have my cardi, please, as well? Thank you.
Newlyweds would be Nate and Craig, Marvel at the Magic. I am so looking forward to their vlogs, especially their wedding day one.
I've been trying to find you something really special for your present, but I'm struggling because didn't.
But what?
Oh no, I brought it. Sorry. See, brain like a sieve.
Brain fog.
Brain fog's on the.
We'll definitely give you big cuddles, Gareth and Laura. We do have a good waiter, Mark.
Can you Sorry, I'm getting cold.
Hello, Maury and Twerple and Dizzy, if you're there. Little Jimmy has just... Hello, little Jimmy! We're so looking forward to coming to see you, and we might maybe have a little present for you when we come. Oh, sorry, it's a secret. It's a secret. Right, next question is from Just You and Dizzy. Hello, Dizzy! You were really, really cute on that photo that your daddy posted on Facebook. Right, Gareth and Laura ask, I think this actually might just be Laura rather than Gareth and Laura. But
this is Laura.
Laura, can I have Harley? No.
No.
When can I have Harley? You can't. Never.
You can babysit him. Get it away from us, please. Please get it away.
It's gone.
Sorry, I hear wasps and bees.
You wanted to do this outside.
The wasp was after it. That's not funny.
You wanted to do this outside. What will it take for you to give me Harley?
I might leave you. No, I can't leave you. No. Will.
And can we trade? I'll give you Gareth, you give me Harley. I've got no answer to that. The answer's no. But I bet you Gareth's upset now.
And I think Damien in India answered.
That wasp is a subscriber.
Damien in India actually asked the same thing as well. You can definitely visit the dog, and I'll gladly bring him down to see you. But he's the thing that keeps us going. He knows when I'm poorly and he lies with us, so thank you, Mark. They're always attracted to us. They've been in my ears, my nose. That's how I'm freaked out by them.
We've still got a few questions to go. So 86. So Jason, 86.5. Where is 0.5 as you know?
Yeah, have a look at Jason's vlogs as well, because they've been really funny.
We've loved these mini vlogs. Like, other mini vlogs, they're the length of my full length vlogs.
Gareth,
really
no, I said I'll have Gareth. Rewind later.
No, Gareth, we do want you. We just don't want to trade you for Harley. So
I'd gladly have you here.
Yeah. We want you and Harley. It's just not like Laura. She just wants Harley.
Hi, Chris.
Chris
is there? He's not at work just yet.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, he's at work.
Oh, he sends his love. Okay, thanks,
Sorry, that
Chris.
was me reading it the wrong way.
Okay, so Jason asks, what is the most challenging aspect of travelling abroad with a disability?
It's a hard job. You can speak about this one.
Just getting everything organised. There's you can't just do a last minute booking. You can't. Never mind travelling abroad. Just in this country, it's as we found out a couple of weeks ago. When we go into the city centre, we like going out for drinks and meals in the restaurants and things, and it's the first time we've done it as like an afternoon out where we go to a few bars with Caroline in the wheelchair, and it was difficult.
Steph will vouch for this.
Steph and Jim were with us, and it wasn't straightforward. So you can't even just do something simple like that. So travelling abroad, you've got to think. So for our wedding trip next year, we've got to factor in extra weight for Caroline's medication and things that we have to take to support that.
You can be honest about what I've got to take.
Yes, you've told everyone.
I was surprised myself, Steph, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I don't think we could have done it if you weren't there. And the fact that some of the Geordie people were so lovely and helping me as well.
So if anybody else needs to take medication and things like that, or on holiday with them, it doesn't count towards your luggage allowance. So if your travel agent or whoever you're booking with says that it does, they're wrong. It doesn't count towards your luggage allowance. Doesn't matter what airline you're flying with. You just need to tell them the weight, and they discount that from your hand luggage. So in the case of Caroline, it's going to be about 8 kilograms worth of medication and other bits and pieces that she needs to take on the plane with her, and on holiday. So all of that's taken away from the total luggage allowance. You need to make sure the rooms are the right rooms, and there's not that many accessible rooms around. You'd think there would be, but there isn't. Disneyland Paris is going to be an interesting one because they have a weird setup for accessible rooms. Gareth and Laura, I think, might have some experience in one of those, even though they didn't need one. And we'll talk about that when we get there and see what it's like. It's when you're travelling on the plane and you're waiting to get on the plane, and then you see people around or hear people around passing judgment saying why should they get on first? Why is that person in the wheelchair getting on the plane first? Who cares, right? Everyone's getting on the plane's taking off at the same time. Who cares? Why are you passing judgment?
The only reason people with wheelchairs or any disability get on first is because we're the slowest. So they think if they get the slowest on first, they've got them in, they've got them situated, they've got them seated, then the rest of you are just going to pile on and be quick. It's as simple as that. It's just because we've got more baggage and
you're
whatever.
Last off, and
we are always last off, and it takes us half an hour to get out. We'll take forever to get off.
And that's what's more important: getting off the plane, not getting on the plane. Because that means you have to take ages for
Laura. You've got
things.
Laura. Your son wants to play.
It's because you've got to get the chair into the...
Yeah, that's the other thing. Dad's just come out as well, and the other thing, as he said, is it's also because they've got to get the chairs down into the hold if you take your own chair, so they need the time to get them down with the luggage as well.
And it doesn't always...
I'm laughing because Harley wants to play.
It doesn't always go right either. So on last year's trip when we came back, flying wise, everything, all the airlines that we used, Southwest and BA and all the different flights, they were pretty spot on. The only issue was the flight coming back from Miami into Heathrow on the A380, and we didn't bring Caroline's wheelchair up to the plane for us to leave. They just got themselves totally confused, and someone came along with a wheelchair, and then they realised they did take it up to the plane, and it was She ended up losing her phone, and it was
I
just
ended up in a lot of pain, in tears, and lost my phone because of them.
So it doesn't always go right.
Because I'm very forgetful, so I leave things. So whenever you meet us, and I repeat myself, don't judge us. And if I leave, I'll probably leave things. So you'll be forever going, Caroline, you've left something. Hey, I'm not playing.
Even Disney, when we checked into the yacht club, we told they knew in advance we needed an accessible room.
Hey!
But when we checked in, they didn't have one.
Hey.
So they gave us.
Hey,
I mean, they gave us a nice room, but they gave we asked for a special seat to go in the bath, and the one they gave us didn't fit the bath that they had because they just refurbished the rooms and the seats were too big. So for a couple of days, we had to deal with the incorrect size seat.
Dad, I think you're going to have to come out because he wants to play.
And then they eventually bought a seat that fit the new bath that they had, and then it all worked out. But even Disney get it wrong, and they're pretty good.
Did you explain about the step there as well?
And a step for the bed as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to sort Holly out.
Bearing in mind, I'm literally I was 5'1" and I shrank by about 2 inches or so. The beds are very tall, and when you've got problems like me, it's really hard just getting onto the bed, especially when you're short and your joints ache and crack. So they got me a little step which I could get onto, and as you step onto it, it pushes down, so you're not putting all your weight onto your hips, and then it enabled me to get into bed better. He just wants to play, Gareth and Laura. Sorry, it's Laura, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, he just wants to play.
Hey Rich, hey
He
Craig.
wants attention. What was the rest of the question? Sorry.
So that was the most challenging aspect of travelling abroad.
One of the other things about you. The other thing because from my point of view that's yours, but from my point of view as well, is you've got to get a letter to state what your illness is, which also needs to state what your problems are, what your medication is, and you need to make sure that you've got your medication certificate, or I have a printout. It's actually, we've just got one for next week, and it literally states everything that's wrong with us, what medication I'm on, how much the dosage is, and blah de blah. Because if you don't have that, it's a nightmare. You've got to prove what medication you're taking through, because not every medication in this country is actually allowed in other countries. Which and a lot of my medication is toxic medication. Isn't it? It's like heavy duty medication. It's I think it's not valid in some places like Dubai and places like that, I think. It's really I'm trying to think what the Steph might be able to help us here. Steph, azathioprine, I know it's an immunosuppressant, but it's like a toxic medication. She'll be able to explain, I think, if she's still listening.
Yeah. It's hit and miss, Mark, when the UK don't care. They don't care about the meds at all. Like we say there's medication, they literally do not care. Everything just goes through, no issues whatsoever. The US, depends who you get. They'll either, although actually Heathrow.
No, I'm generally, to be honest, when they put us through customs, I'll say I've got my medication and it's in my bag, there's a load of it, and when I say there's a load of medication, there's a load of medication, because I'm on a lot.
About 14 drugs a day or something, isn't it?
I'm on
More
a lot.
than that now?
I'm on a lot. When it
Shake her and she'll rattle.
Shakers on a rattle.
Like
so when it
Skittles.
goes through, they can obviously say it's there, but I say the paperwork's there. They don't
Yes,
pull me
Steph.
for that. What they do is going through, because I can't go through the metal detectors. They ask if I can get up, but by the time I've got through customs, so I've been on a 10-hour flight. You've got to the other end, I'm in agony, and I cannot stand up. I can't stand for too long anyway, because the longer I stand, the more chance I have of fainting, because the blood pools in my legs. So what they tend to do is just pat me down, and
You did, Shari. We love you too.
they pat us down, don't they? They take us away from Sean and Dad and pat us down, but I've got no problem with that, and I totally understand it. And they're very, in fact, in America they were so very nice
a
about
hard
it.
bit for me and Dave as well, as we have to be away. We can
Dad got very frustrated
we
this
can
time.
see what's going on, and sometimes they just
It can be humiliating, but I don't see it that way. To some people it's humiliating. I try and see it the other ways. I try and say that if they didn't do that, maybe somebody would be faking it and physically coming in with something they didn't want to happen in America or any other country, and people would do that. So to me, it's not a problem.
Yeah. So the second question, what would your advice be to others in a similar situation to you who are thinking about travelling but are too worried? Don't worry, life's full of difficulties and things that you have to overcome, so if you want to travel.
I panicked the whole time, didn't I, before we went in?
You will worry, you'll panic, you'll get frustrated, or you'll get
How many
upset.
arguments did
you'll
we
be happy, you'll have arguments with your people that you're travelling with, but so what? It's all worth it in the end, especially if you're going to Disney.
No, we literally argued and argued and argued. Not in bad ways. It was because of me, because I was frightened, because I didn't know how I was going to be with the pots. It was all new.
Mark, you can complain as much as you want, whenever you want.
And I didn't know what to expect. I struggled on holiday. I really struggled, but I still think I did better than these two, didn't I?
It has changed a little bit with the progressiveness of Caroline's illnesses. It has changed where we holiday. So we did want to get married in Mexico. We love Mexico, and all the plans were to get married there. But it's changed to Florida. I mean, that's not a bad thing. We equally like Florida and Disney, and as well as Mexico. But the original plan was Mexico, and it's just not suitable for what Caroline needs right now, so that's why the main reason why we've switched to Florida.
Steph, what you've said there, I think about the most admirable thing about is that you still live life to the full. The reason we do is my mum.
Who knows? You could get hit by, never mind being ill, you could get hit by a bus tomorrow. You should always live life to the full.
Very true.
You never know what's going to happen. And
I think it's because naturally I'm a very positive person. I always have been. Just
enjoy it.
I've been brought up by two very loving parents who have always told us to go out and enjoy my life. They wouldn't even let me get a job when I was young because they wanted us to do well at school and go to university, which never happened for various reasons, due to mum being ill anyway. But I was lucky. I've had loving parents, and they've told me to behave in certain ways and brought me up to believe certain things. But the one thing they always said to do was to just be myself. Or try and be myself.
Yeah.
And just enjoy life.
Julia, you and Ben, you can talk to us anytime you want if you just want to chat. We'll message us offline and we'll have a chat if you want to have a chat. Everyone should watch this stream on prediction. It's turning into a long one, Shari. We've still got a few questions to go. So keeping you all up on this Sunday evening. I hope you've all got a nice drink or some nibbles to go along.
We knew this was going to be a kind of a tough one, and the one thing we've done is we've read the questions, but we've not preempted answers. We've just kind of done it. Sean said the best way to do was just to do
it will be
from the head and the heart what came out. There's a lot more I could explain, but
yeah,
there's no point.
Well, we've got some more questions. So the Despicable 3 ask, in general, do you find the USA is better set up for people with mobility issues than the UK? Depends. I think it's much the same in both, to be honest. Disney is really good.
No. No.
No?
Hold on, where was it? I need Dad again.
Dad, what, in Disney?
No, Dad does toilet breaks with us, you don't.
Oh, right.
We had issues, me and Dad had issues.
We'll talk about the bathrooms and toilets in a second, but on the whole, Disney's really good. Florida's pretty good. Miami was not so good to get around.
Neither was Vegas, which I was quite surprised
Vegas was fine.
No, I had issues in Vegas.
Only in the toilet.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I had issues.
But in getting in places, in the rooms, and moving around in the streets and things, Vegas was fine. Those are the places that would be in New York. I don't know. What would you think New York would be like?
I can't remember.
Probably difficult with how busy it is.
I've been to New York twice, but that was when I was able-bodied. And I really can't remember, but I surmise it would be fine. It was so big. I felt like an ant in a tall place. So
Yeah. In the UK, it's the same. The UK is a lot older, so you've got all
point
the
your fingers
streets.
out. I didn't point your finger.
What was there's lots and lots of hills in
Can I
the
just
UK.
go to the toilet? I need to
Yeah, go to the toilet. So the hills are difficult over here. Like we have a
me.
city near us called Durham, and it's all cobbled and old castles and things, where they filmed. Is the door locked? Is it locked?
Yes.
Are you sure?
He's locked the door.
You'll
He's
have to go around that
He's
one.
made it harder for us. I'll just sit back
Durham
down.
has old
I'm not
cobbled
going all that way
streets
on
that
my
are
own.
on hills. It's got an old castle, so that's quite difficult in terms of pushing the wheelchair. You'd have to open the
Oh,
door
bless
for
him,
you.
he's come.
And if you're interested in Durham, I might do a video going down there, separate to illness and things. But there was some films. So the Avengers: Infinity War was filmed there. Harry Potter was filmed there. Fast and the Furious, I think, was filmed there as well. There's been loads of films filmed in Durham. I will quickly answer Kenny's question. If we had one day to spend in London, what would you do? Well, in a week's time we are spending one day in London, and we're going to Madame Tussauds. We're having a meal. We are meeting up with some lovely people for Madame Tussauds and the meal. We're also going to see Aladdin, the musical, as well, which should be pretty awesome. And yeah, so that's going to be that day. But I've been to London loads. If there was no, like, money wasn't an object, if that's the question, so we could go to London and do anything we wanted to do, or anything I wanted to do. I'd want to go to Buckingham Palace. I've never been to Buckingham Palace. And sit where the Queen sits and do all of that stuff. And also, I like casinos, so I'd go to the Hippodrome and a couple of the other casinos. Also, maybe a meal at the top of the Shard, which has a really expensive. It's Shangri-La is the hotel that's at the top of the Shard. It's stupid money to stay there, like, I don't know, $10,000 a night.
Thanks, Dad.
£10,000 a night for the cheapest room or something like that. It's crazy.
Sorry, that was a toilet break.
You're relieved. So that's what we do. Sorry, going back to bathrooms. So the UK is considerably better at toilets and bathrooms than America. You have a men's, a women's, and a disabled in the UK. What we found in America was quite difficult. All the disabled toilets are inside the normal toilets.
Or they have a family toilet, but it's miles away from all the normal toilets.
Yeah, but they're quite rare. Most of them are inside the normal men's or women's toilets, which is fine if you're with someone of the same sex. So Caroline was with 2 men last year, which meant that it was very difficult for us to go into the toilet and help her because it was in the women's. It just made it really, really difficult. And the only place that really helped us with that was Universal. They closed off the women's toilet so that Dave could help in Sapphire Falls, so that Dave could help Caroline properly, and that was the only time somebody helped out in America with that. It's a pretty bad setup they've got. I don't know why they think only people of the same sex will be helping you. It's a bit crazy.
I was looking at what would happen was Dad would take us.
Hey, Planet Mark.
Dad would take us into the first bit, and the women were there watching him, and they totally understood and they weren't horrible to him. He would take us to the first bit so that I had something to hold on to. He'd get us out the wheelchair, and then I'd have to wait till the first toilet was available, and then I'd walk into the first toilet, and then, luckily enough, the odd woman who had seen what Dad was doing actually stayed and helped us, and it was generally 2 English people actually.
Yeah.
It was a woman from Liverpool helped us, and then another English woman helped us as well. But it was when I had to do it on my own, I was in a lot of pain and I struggled. I've got to be, when I go to the toilet, I have to be watched on various occasions because Dad has to help if depending on what the problem is. Bearing in mind my toilet situation has changed since then. It's actually worse than what it used to be. And when I get up off the toilet, I can go dizzy. When I stand up, I can go dizzy. Any movement of moving up and down, I can go dizzy. So sometimes I was on my own trying to do that with no help, which was hard. He's not sure.
Nate's asking, Disney have the companion toilets everywhere. Disney are the exception rather than the rule for the USA.
Actually, Disney didn't
But
have them no, Disney didn't have them everywhere. Some of them weren't
They've got
open.
more than anywhere else that we saw, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I struggled in a couple of Disney places, but I tell you where was one of the best places?
Definitely
I'm trying
next.
to think.
They're a little. I think they're a little bit behind the UK, but it's what's the word that I'm looking for? I don't know. Some things they're better at than us. Some things they're worse. There should just be like a standard across the world, but I don't think we'll ever get
Yeah, I'm kind of the same, Laura. I'd agree. My dad had to do it for 20 odd years with my mum, so I have no problem with it. Oh, here comes. We got a lot.
Okay, Hot Dog and Donut ask, insurance, tips for people travelling with pre-existing conditions. Are there some things that you've spotted that people may not be aware of?
This is going to be my thing, isn't it, now, for me to answer. I actually have a free insurance from NatWest, and I rang them and explained that I'd literally been just diagnosed with health issues of certain types over the years. And they said because it hadn't been diagnosed within a certain period of time that they would allow me to have the free one for free, and they wouldn't charge me any more for the issues that I had. But after a certain period of time, it going to the next time I went away, they would charge me. Now, when you see, you're confusing us because you click. Stop clicking on things, will you? I need to see the thing so I can keep it in my mind. He's clicking off things so I can't see the question. So I'm trying to watch the question and keep thinking in my mind what the question is. Sorry. Yeah. So pre-existing medical condition. See, this is what happens every day, if not worse sometimes. Yeah. So NatWest allowed me to have allowed me to have the free medical insurance that I get with my account, and allowed us to go on it with the pre-existing medical condition for free with no problem. And they said, but next time, oh, he's doing me head in. So the next time they said, just make sure when would send the forms out the next time that you make sure that we definitely do know. But they'd already done it for us, and then I rang up and said, have you make sure that you've got all this down, these are the problems. They went, yeah, that's fine, and never charged me any extra. This time, however, for the POTS, because POTS is even rarer than Behçet's, this time they want to charge me £140 because they say it's a heart issue. POTS is not a heart issue. Yes, I do actually have a heart issue, but it's a very, very mild heart issue, which I've just found out.
Basically, when it's rare illnesses that they don't have on their systems to just be able to choose, they charge you crazy amounts. So they find something similar that isn't the thing and charge you for that instead, which is this issue.
Yeah, so this time, but Sean, this is what Sean thinks. Sean said to me that even if you paid that £140 to cover you for your POTS, they're always going to say that every issue that you're having, if something was to happen on holiday, is down to the POTS, so that we have to pay the excess. They'll never put it down to the other issues that are covered free of charge, and this is where he thinks politics and it all becomes a bit... How did you put it, Sean?
I don't know.
How you said about the fact of if we paid that 140 to cover the POTS, what they keep saying is a heart issue, which it's not.
Gareth and Laura, uneducated people, yeah, maybe they are dangerous. It's people who, who know a little, but think they know a lot, that are more dangerous, I think. Love you too, Nate. Looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah. So next question, Damien is from Damien in India. I don't think they're in. But what are each other's worst habits? What's Caroline's worst habit? Putting everyone else first. She's too selfless. And
Don't think it's a bad habit to have. Sean's bad habits. Do you really want to know?
Snoring,
Picking his nose, pumping in public,
you finished?
hiccuping. That's not hiccuping. It's like a loud scream. It's all. I think it's all to do with he's got issues with his throat area.
I think that'll do.
Still love you.
Sometimes I wonder. Wheelie Bricks Ben asks, did you, like me, find that disability and illness held you back from travelling properly for any period of time?
Yep. Which I mentioned earlier. I have not been able to travel.
I don't think it's held you back.
Dave, from the sides.
Yes. I want to hear that.
What? Dave from the side just came in and said something and I haven't got a clue what he was
Sean
saying.
is Gareth in disguise with his habits.
Oh yeah, Laura. He is not one nice person with those habits.
Thanks. Thanks a bunch. Eat 2-sized buggies. No.
I said Damien in India's question.
What about it?
What about it?
Yeah, what you say is.
We've just answered it. Oh, what?
Don't know what's going on with the barman. Terrible bar service. Right. Okay, so that was Wheelie Bricks Ben. Happiness and Sweet Tea ask, how long have you and Caroline been together?
You can answer that because I can't remember.
10 years in June.
It's like the 24th or 25th.
10 years in June. 3 years on the 15th of this month is when we got engaged.
Which is when we're at Warner Brothers, wasn't it clever?
Yeah, that's when we're going to see Harry Potter, and also
When we're getting
next
married.
year, that's the date we're going to get married as well, as 4 years from the date we got engaged. He's definitely drinking on the job, Laura. So that's Happiness and Sweet Tea, and that is all of the questions that we've had. Yes, definitely terrible service, Caesar.
Right.
So that's all of the questions.
That's all of the ones that were done.
All of the ones that were submitted to us.
Right, now can we have some fun?
What fun would... Oh, what are you doing, Harley?
He wants to come to his mummy. Want to come? Come on then.
What are you doing?
Come on to mummy then.
Sit.
No, I just want to sit.
Good boy. Look at the camera. Look. Look. Say hello to Laura. Hello,
Terrible.
Laura.
10 years together. Yeah, 10 years, Mark.
No tip for Dad.
Sean, they're all blown away. I can't
I'll fetch them later. I'll fetch them later, don't worry. Oh, Harley. Harley needs to meet Jeff, Shari. How old is Harley?
Harley,
He's 8.
it was 8 on March 27th, sorry.
He's 8, yeah. Jeff heard
Dad!
him barking. Did Jeff join in? You need to bring Jeff up to see Harley, or we'll bring Harley down.
Gone off.
What's gone off?
The whole thing's gone back as.
Dad's having... Well, just come here. Just come here and watch it rather than being in there. Sorry, Dad's having trouble with his television.
He keeps popping up at the door going, there's a problem, answer this question. Dear me.
Just went black.
Right, just pop a seat up so everybody can see you. You may as well join in and ask anybody if they've got...
Oh, I've just seen the question for Damien in India, but I didn't know you were saying it.
Is he going to
That's
put
why.
in? No, he's not. Right.
Dave
you
is
push it?
definitely the real star, Mark. Laura, and 16 years, wow. Can I have Jeff as
You
well?
need to move so Dad can get
Yeah,
I
in.
need to push
Right.
the camera needs
You
to be
do
further
need-
back so you can get on the camera. Dave.
I'm
What,
just going to
that?
get up a second.
Yeah.
Push it
back.
back. Back. Right,
Be
there you
off.
go.
And then turn it more
Towards
towards you.
you.
This
Yeah,
way.
to you.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a family gathering. Dad, you need to come in towards
What?
Sean more.
Fine, man.
I
Stop
can't see
worrying.
now. I can't see that.
Stop worrying. I can't
There you
even
go.
see
Dave's on the screen. And
We've got somebody ringing.
Have we?
2 minutes. I've just missed a call. I'll ring her back.
Shari wants to be in.
I'm ringing her back. Tell her.
Dave.
Yes.
Steph asks, what did you think of Sean when you first met him?
Does he really want to know? Does he really? Hello, Shari. Shari's
Truth. I
here.
haven't got a clue.
Oh, look, it's Jeff.
It's Jeff.
It's Jeff. No, that's not Jeff.
Sorry.
Oh, Harley's gone. Is it Jeff? Ah, there's Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Wagging his tail, he likes his name. Hello, Jeff. You're gonna have to meet Harley. Sorry, I just hung up on you, Shari. Caroline sorting Harley out. It is a peaceful back garden, actually. It's a sun trap, isn't it, Dave?
It is, yes.
Yeah. You should. He's well, you were red. You were like a tomato. Oh, no one needs to say that, Dave. Nobody needs to say that.
Dad has caught the sun.
As long as Harley is still the star, that's what Laura's happy about, Caroline.
Yeah. No, Dad's had a lot of this. I'm not in this. I can't even see. Sean, can you lift it up
You
a
need
little
to
bit?
come in closer. Or just sit on my knee.
What was I going to say? Can you?
He was done with you.
Ooh, Magic Mike. No, it's not that, Dad. It's the. He's moved that. I can't read the screen.
There you go.
Flashbacks to the closet.
I like Dad's meal choices at Disney World. Which ones did you like, Mark? In particular, was there any meal choice that you liked? What was your favourite meal, Dave?
Homecoming.
Homecoming.
He thought the chicken was moist.
It was very moist. I like moist breasts. It was
But
actually I
also,
don't like moist breasts, but I like nice moist chicken.
flying fish was
nice.
about
Oh, with
me.
your octopus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad
octopus and that.
Dad had octopus in the flying fish, which not many people like, but he absolutely loved it. And his cheese bit, which I tried to explain to him, he had to eat the right way, but he would have none of it.
Yeah. Homecoming, I think, is definitely.
Homecoming was. I think the boathouse.
Love the boathouse.
In there.
The crab on the Oscar style steak was like so fresh, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Dad said as well before that he thought that I'd forgot some things that could have been useful, but I don't. Then he said he couldn't remember what he thought.
What did you forget?
I don't know. He just said before.
Okay.
Oh, Mark out loud loves the octopus
Mark
too,
loves
Dad.
the octopus. It was like that. wasn't
Dad
it?
would
Like,
Dad would eat seafood with anything any day of the week, wouldn't you, Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wet drinks. That's where it's wet comes from, is because Caroline doesn't really have any taste buds, so she goes, it's wet, it's hot, it's spicy, and that's about it for her descriptions. Not that ours are any better. Very good, Dave.
But believe it or not, believe it or not, before that I had extremely good taste buds. I could taste anything and any food.
Oh, all the questions are for you, Dave.
What are Dad's passions and hobbies other than being a legend? On it, what your passions are? Football.
Football.
What else? He is a staunch Newcastle United supporter and a Celtic supporter and a Man U supporter. Newcastle first, Man U, then Celtic. Are his teams? Other hobbies?
What you having, Jane?
Hold on, he's finishing.
Was gambling, but
Dad's other hobby was gambling, but he
once your mum took bad,
give up
had
that
to give it up.
20 odd years ago when Mum took bad. Your other hobby right now, walking the dog.
Well, if you call that a hobby, walking the dog,
Cardiff are coming up,
I'm
baby.
going to the nearest bar.
Gareth,
Now and
yeah,
a
the other, he likes to go for a walk and have the odd glass of wine and then walk home again. He doesn't do very much anymore. He's 71-year-old, you know, nearly. Or is he? Oh, you're 71.
This year.
71 this year. See my brain.
He's a specimen. A fossil, in other words.
Dad's hobbies are my hobbies. Is that right? My hobbies are your hobbies, yeah. Me and Dad just do everything together, to be honest.
I had seafood, fish fingers. Don't think that counts, Shari. Don't think that, yeah.
We had that as well.
Mark says I eat seafood until I look like a clam.
Oh! Prawns,
What?
mussels,
Hold
cockles, winkles, and
Oh.
Tom has jellied eels.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Do you
Lovely.
like jellied eels, Dave?
Oh,
Yeah, I've
Dad,
had
of
them
course he
before.
does.
Yeah.
They're another
hold on.
bogey-like thing, aren't they?
2 minutes. A question from Jane.
Where does Sunderland come on the on
No,
his teams?
no, stop.
Welks as well.
Stop.
Sorry,
Stop.
we're getting
Alright.
distracted.
You're going far too fast. I can't keep up with you. Jane's asking a question way back. Jane says,
Okay, boss.
Tom wants to know what Dave's favourite ride was. Everest, wasn't it?
Everest.
Everest?
Yeah.
But he won't go on it next time, he said. He said he's not going on any of the rides again.
Perhaps
I've
your
done-
memory issues
I've
are
done
in
it
your
for
genes
you
from
this
Dave,
time.
King Dave. Dad's just
might
got
be able
old
to
age
twist
memory
me arm.
issues.
You might be able to twist me on again, but we'll see.
Jane's having seafood tonight, Dad.
Seafood and eat it.
Yep.
So he's having prawns, mussels, cockles, winkles, and Thomas Jelly Deals.
Aye, it's nice, Dave. 2017.
Where does Sunderland come on the teams that you support?
Down, down, down.
Gareth's got it right.
well-
Their position in the league, bottom.
The bottom, but because me brother. played
Gareth,
for-
we've got an
me brother
awful
played
thing in
for
our
them.
family. Is my uncle played for Sunderland. He was then bought by Arsenal the night before the FA Cup final. That Sunderland won. Not good.
And Dave, you never played for Sunderland, just Newcastle and Halifax. And
Newcastle, Halifax, Mansfield, and Lincoln.
There you go.
Mansfield and Lincoln. Lincoln. Is that a...
Yeah, still a team, Sean.
Yeah,
I know it's a team.
Dad looks
in
50.
the National League.
Caesar says you look 50, not 71
Is he?
nearly. Yeah.
Thank
What
you,
a great
Caesar.
looking guy.
You're a good one.
Gareth says do Everest 5 times in a row, King Dave.
Probably could.
Yeah. With your head on your knees again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Out Loud's wife's from Germany and they like eels there as well.
I don't like eels.
I like Frankfurters as well.
Shari says the best seafood in Disney? Probably in flying fish.
Flying
fish, Shari?
Flying fish.
Football in the UK, is that the game with the funny looking round ball? It's
That's called soccer to you, Mark.
It's the correct football, Mark. The World Cup is this year, which is actually a World Cup. It involves the whole world, unlike the World Cup for your American football, which only involves America.
You face all your
Or the
questions, do you?
Yeah.
What you mean now is that?
Twice in a row you felt a bit sick after... really?
What?
I'd ride Flight of Passage all day long. I
Oh
think.
yes, you could do that.
That was
on
just
that.
a...
Oh, Shari,
Unbelievable
we've been
ride.
to Flying Fish twice now and we've not had a bad meal. What did you say,
And they
what?
changed the menu like every other week as well in the Flying Fish. And California Grill, I think. Yeah, it's like the menu changes quite frequently, like every couple of weeks. So keep checking what it says on the website because it's always changing.
We're friends there.
Which one's what now?
Despicable 3.
Yes.
Your friends
Oh,
there,
and
yes,
they're
yes.
still there, are they? You and little Jimmy.
I think little Jimmy might be in bed now, Dad.
Is
It's
he
a
in bed,
Sunday.
is he?
No, it's bank holiday tomorrow.
Oh, it is. It's bank
Holiday,
holiday,
man.
yeah. Oh,
Look to the side, Laura. On Flight of Passage because it's so soaring. You've got 3
Jane,
rows.
Jane says she'll add Flying Fish to a list of things to do.
No, maybe, but we've got well.
We'll talk about it on the
Talk about it.
13th, Jane.
There was a fly there, Gareth. Laura.
Dad, can you sort your grandson out?
It's all right, leave him.
No, he's not.
What's the matter?
He's gone at me.
I'm not getting
Soarin'
anything.
has 3 rows of seats and they go like that. Flight of Passage, you enter on the 3 levels, or the 2 levels rather, so it doesn't move anywhere. So you don't actually move.
Jimmy's
It's
watching,
just
Dad.
just looks like you are on the screen. So just look to the
Sit.
side, or look behind you, and your motion sickness will go.
What's the matter
Tell
with
him,
you?
love you guys.
Oh,
Don't,
yeah, I hear him.
Love you
Hear
guys.
him. He's like, he's saying, hear him.
I don't know.
The Despicable 3 he's saying to tell Jimmy, we love you guys. That's what he's saying.
Bedtime's 8 p.m. tonight.
Come on then, get up.
Oh,
Is it that time?
we better not keep Jimmy getting excited because he might want to stay up past 8. Have you been to Alton Towers today?
No, Portland's?
Oh no, that was yesterday.
Yes, Portland's yesterday.
Portland's
Sorry,
was
Portland's
yesterday.
yesterday.
Have you been to Alton Towers today? Or are you going tomorrow? Did I
Hey.
see somewhere that you were going?
Stop it.
Did I read it? Or
I'm
did I
not
just imagine it?
playing.
Harley really wants to play. Tomorrow. They're
Can
going
you put him
tomorrow.
on your knee? He wants to play. He wants
Come
to
on,
be
then.
up on somebody's knee or play. It's not. You can't get up on Mummy's knee.
Come on.
Go to Grandad.
Come on. Wait. Get up. Jump. Good lad. Yeah.
You need to face the other way so people can see your face,
so
Harley.
people can see you.
You've got him round the wrong way,
Harley.
Dad.
Come on to me.
Oh, he likes that way.
I'll just leave him that way. He's fine.
Oh well.
Yes, sir.
Oh, not long then. 2 weeks. 2 weeks today, Gareth. 2 weeks today. There's going to be.
Anyway, tell Jimmy there's some surprises in store, so that'll be fine.
What's the
You've already
surprise in
said
store
it.
for Jimmy?
You already told him he was getting a.
There's going to be a present.
I
Is there
was-
anything you would like, Jimmy? Like we know you've got all of the Roblox. Is there any other item that you're collecting that you would like?
The fairy's already been talking.
Oh, right. Which fairy? Tinkerbell? Or the Tooth Fairy?
Tinkerbell knows.
Tinkerbell know. What does Tinkerbell know?
Tinkerbell knows.
She
knows what she needs to know.
She knows her nose. How big is my nose? It looks huge.
It's the steroids you're on.
Got a steroid spray in my nose, and I've got a big nose already. I don't
Fluffy butt.
want to make it any bigger. Harley has a nice butt.
Oh, you know what it is? Himpty asked a question.
Did he?
Yeah, he did, but you haven't answered.
It's barely 11:23 a.m. guys. Keep going. Totally not late over there. It's only 7:25.
Jimmy's eyes are going mad.
Jim, is Jimmy really collecting Adidas Gazelles in a size 8? Or is that you by any chance? Whose eyes are... Oh, Jimmy's eyes are going mad.
Oh, Jimmy's are. Right, has anybody got any other questions? Or any questions for Dave?
Come down, Pinocchio.
Come down.
Mark, I'm gonna order you that tattoo.
He really is, Mark. He's going to order you the tattoo.
I'm gonna order you the tattoo. Have you all decided or planned on the next Florida trip? The next 2, Kenny, but you'll have to wait for more details.
We're not giving anything away.
The next 2 trips to Florida are booked and partially paid for and partially planned. You will.
Let's just say Christmas is a good theme, and then a wedding around Epcot's what's the Epcot festival at this time? Flower and Garden sounds good.
Yeah, Flower and Garden sounds good, and so does the Festival of the Holidays.
What is your favourite red wine, Dad? He loves Chilean.
Any red wine.
Merlot.
No, he likes Chilean Merlot, Shari.
I like Merlot in general.
But you prefer Chilean?
Oh, I like Chilean, yeah.
Laura says he's collected them in size 7 as well in girly colour.
What?
Caesar says, question for you, Dave. How do you stay looking so young? Do you want to honestly know the truth?
Try and look after
He doesn't know himself. We just have very young looking genes in the family. My brother's nearly 50 and he doesn't even look it either. You just eat normally. You just use soap and water.
Eat normally.
I can't
eat normally with him.
What? I don't make you eat anything.
You wasted food. Wasted.
Dave can't leave food.
The two are
But
terrible.
Sean can leave food these days.
You just use soap and water. That's all you've ever used. Soap and water.
What for?
You've never used moisturiser.
No.
Just soap and water.
Just soap and water.
Mark, I love you. I love you, Mark. You remind me of that Wolverine guy in the movies, but you seem nicer. Yeah, see, I told you I was Hugh Jackman.
You look, I like Hugh Jackman. You look nothing like Hugh Jackman. But I like you too.
Use your imagination.
You'll have all these guys. You wouldn't have had them if you hadn't started doing this.
60th day and whiskey on his cornflakes. Is that how you look, Dave?
Actually, Dad, true story, Dad used to drink and
yeah, I am a feeder.
Dad used to drink and he used to work for Imperial Tobacco, but when I was born he gave up smoking altogether and he's never smoked for a long, long time.
Well, since you were born?
Since I was born. So you're nearly looking 40.
No,
38, well, 39 this year. 39 years nearly.
How much of imagination does she need to have, Sean? A lot.
Yeah,
a big imagination.
Sean, you remind me of that Wolverine guy in the movies, but you seem like... I can't hear you.
You said I didn't look like Hugh Jackman?
Oh, it didn't be that bit.
A figment.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely
a figment
Sean is a feeder. Sean is the feeder, Steph.
I think he looks like Vince Vaughn.
I kind of get that, actually. I do kind of get that. What's that? just pick up a 3, that platter. Oh, the platter in Hop and Cleaver.
The Hop and Cleaver.
Sorry, what?
The
platter. The platter we got, man.
What about it?
Because you were feeding.
All right, I wasn't. I'll
do
the airplane.
You were even feeding Jim.
Even Jim was on some.
Eat some.
Oh yeah. We should have a sing-along showing together.
Who's doing a sing-along show?
Shari and the Despicable 3 are going to do
Who's
a
the
sing-along
best chef?
showing of...
2 minutes. You're not even.
Greatest Showman.
You're missing loads of the questions. Do you have young genes? Lucky things. Yes, we do. Jane O'Sullivan. Who's the best chef, Sean or Dave? Right.
Sean?
No.
Dave's not a chef, he just does what he's told.
Hold on.
Isn't that right?
Hold on. Chef Sean is good at
Chef
making
Sean?
new things. Chef
Yeah.
Dave is good at doing original things. But overall, the best chef with the help of these two. I can't do it anymore on my own.
I make great baked beans, don't I, Dave?
Yes.
Baked beans.
Baked
Wow.
beans. Yeah. What have I started making recently that you quite
Mark
like?
says he didn't mean to start a conflict.
Make good burgers as well. Got to tell them that.
How much of an imagination does she need to have, Sean? Well, Laura, we'll speak about that when I see you.
What have I been making recently, Caroline, or trying to make?
Sean's just made pork and chorizo burgers.
Yes, but yeah, I made pork and chorizo burgers the other day, but crisps.
He's been
I've
trying
started
to make his own
homemade
crisps. What? You're asking me to answer the question? You've answered it.
You answered it wrong. It was crisps. You were meant to mind read
But
what
then
I
you
was.
asked it again, and I was speaking it. Oh,
You were meant
Sean.
to mind read. I'm a good cook. Domino's, Subway, McDonald's, but I've not had a McDonald's since the chicken nugget challenge.
Gareth says he looks like Sam from Sam and Mark, but older and wiser and greyer. Sean's been great since I met him, so
Who's
that's
Sam
like
and Mark?
23, 24.
Who's Sam and Mark?
You've been great for years. What's Shari doing? Have I missed it?
Who's Sam and Mark?
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to read stuff that you're not.
You'll have to
Do
tell
we
us who
put
Sam
shrimp
and
on the
Mark
barbie? Actually, Mark out loud. Yes, we do, Mark. We'll put everything on the barbie. We've got a veggie barbie and
is. That's okay, Mickey Bugs.
meat one.
Welcome. We live 30 miles away from fast food, so have to cook. That seems sensible.
it's probably the better option for Sean, if I'm honest.
We have a lot of fast food near us,
Dad, your turn for.
including like a lot of the restaurants deliver as
You
well.
want
I can go to the restaurants and
lift up so.
pick up
Gareth,
nice food.
Laura says it's Gareth's turn to cook, so they're having a takeaway. That's probably.
What are you having, Laura? It must be difficult for you with takeaways now, with being vegan. Has Gareth's given it up though, hasn't he? It's just you who's. Still
I
vegan.
don't know who these Sam and Mark are either.
I don't know who Sam and Mark are.
Are we behind with the times?
What's in the shed?
A lot of stuff.
Rubbish.
The garden.
Never mind what's in the shed. Who's under the patio?
The Americans won't get that, Sean. There's a lot in the shed. Barbecues. Upon barbecues.
There's only 2 barbecues in there.
No, I said barbecue upon barbecue. There's a lot of stuff in the shed, but to be honest, we need a new shed.
George Foreman's in there.
We need a whole new garden, but it's just far too expensive.
Yeah.
We need a lot of new stuff.
We need a new back garden and a new front garden. So if anybody wants to give us one,
What's green and smells like pork? Kermit's finger. Oh dear. Can I sit? Because I'm kneeling now and it's hurting my groins. Can we swap chairs? We're just swapping chairs because I'm in. We're swapping chairs because I'm in pain.
I walked the long way around because I needed the exercise. Trevor Jordash is under the patio. Yes, definitely, Shari.
George
definitely.
doesn't belong in the shed. What a grill.
Just me who is vegan now. Pizza Hut do vegan pizza. Ooh. Well. Do you know why Pizza Hut do vegan pizza? Because their cheese isn't
I'm
real
in
cheese.
pain. It's hurt. My pelvis is hurting us, so we're swapped.
It's Domino's are the only fast pizza chain that use real cheese. I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that's true.
I'm not sure. I haven't got a clue.
Yeah, Pizza Hut, it's fake cheese.
I'm a rose between 2 thorns. I wouldn't want to be between any of the thorns.
George makes great chicken.
Pop idol, Sean.
That's your iPhone rings done for the day, is it, Sean?
Am I lost?
Have I missed something? No, I don't know. Laura, the
Sean's phone's
flatbed
on
vegan
silent.
pizza is great.
Why have you been ringing in, Gareth?
Gareth being called?
I
Laura
don't
being
know. I
called?
don't get what he's meaning.
I don't know. Oh, come on then, Harley.
Well, ask him.
You're very demanding tonight.
The dog's being very demanding. He's not normally
Ask him what he
demanding,
means.
but we have.
He just wants to see you, Laura, but he can't see you.
Well, do you know what it is? I don't particularly like getting pizzas from any pizza company. I prefer Sean making his own. We've got a proper.
I like a tuna pizza.
No, I'm just saying we've got when we have a barbecue, we've got a pizza oven to go on top of the barbecue, and Sean makes what are they called? The wraps. You know when you've got wraps, he makes a wrap
Tortillas.
tortilla
we
wrap
use that.
pizza. So it's the thin tortilla, and then he puts everything on and puts it under, and he does it in the grill as well. Best ones, not fattening and not heavy. Am I right?
Yes, sorry, it was the finger of doom. Sometimes when you pick Harley up, your finger goes where it doesn't want to go.
Did you do something you shouldn't have done?
Tuna pizza, am I insane? Slightly. Some people would say that I'm insane. I like tuna pizza, like
There's
tuna and
more
sweet
to
corn.
life than pizzas, man.
There is more to life than pizzas. I'm not a pizza. I don't. You're gonna.
What, like pizza pockets?
You're gonna
baguettes,
You're gonna hate me
cheesy
here, but
garlic
I'm,
bread.
What
I'm
about
not.
hot dogs and
I'm
Hot
not-
dogs,
I'm-
frankenfodders.
I'm not a pizza fan. I'm not an ice cream fan, and I'm not a pudding fan, and I'm not a chocolate fan.
Yeah,
I'd
look,
rather have a
tortilla
packet of
pizzas are the
crisps.
best, Laura. Just really thin and crispy.
Just give me nachos and crisps,
Mm.
and I'm happy.
Dave, you don't have a drink?
just me. I have.
He has. He's got one in.
Oh, you finished, do you?
I don't know what I'm going to say.
Barman's not doing a good job. Tuna pizza, how does that work? What are all the toppings for that? Tuna.
Have you not got a picture of your tuna pizza?
No. Tuna, sweet corn, red onion, cheese, tomato. That's about it, really. Herbs. You don't need to do a lot. Well, I really like tuna, so pineapple. Oh, you can go off people, you know.
I don't like pineapple.
Pineapple, you can go off people. Deep pan, Pizza Hut pepperoni.
Bye, Mark. Take care. Bye, Laura.
Catch you later, Mark
Bye, Laura. Say bye, Laura.
and Laura.
No,
Laura?
not Gareth and Laura. Laura. Planet Mark's Laura.
Oh, Mark and Laura. We'll see you with that tattoo.
We should actually meet up.
Nachos.
We should actually meet up here.
Nachos with cheese are the best. Yeah, just make your own, Julia. Make your own tuna pizza.
Jane, did you find out anything about Chinese in Soho for on the 13th or not?
Actually, what's the best pizza you... Why am I still talking about pizza? What's the best pizza you've had?
Probably the homemade ones.
The homemade ones. Best pizza...
Sorry, no, scrap that. Homemade ones were a second. It was in that hotel in Mexico when you were extremely
Do you know it's Ruta
drunk.
Point?
Sorry, extremely extremely drunk. And I was on my own, and I had to go around and have it on my own.
That was when I got the tequila scar. You went and got your own pizza. My
It was tortilla pizza.
when I was
Tortilla
really,
pizza?
really ill and the room was filled with nasty things. My favourite pizza of all time is the one we had in Cyprus. It was a spicy vegetarian pizza with halloumi cheese on a pizza.
But it was from
And that was from Pizza Hut.
it was a Cypriot Pizza Hut pizza.
Yeah, Pizza Hut with halloumi. Why don't they do that in this country? They should. No, Laura's not being evicted. Sorry,
Laura, no, it was a different
Caroline
Laura.
confused me. Caroline
Sean's
confused
just
me.
confused. Would never evict Laura.
Yes, Mickey Bunch, definitely. I'd go there. We're looking forward to trying Blaze the next time we go. We've got 2 pizza places in our city centre. One called Mod, one called another one that I can't remember the name of. And they're both basically the same as Blaze in Disney Springs. And the pizzas from there are pretty good. And you get like a salad bowl instead of a pizza base as well, so you can get all
Okey doke,
salad
Steph.
and then stuffing. You go and grab that charger, Steph. Think of the animals, think of the animals, think of the animals.
Any other questions anyone else wants to ask?
Is that what you're thinking of with the vegan? Somebody wrote that on on the Shamu video that I posted up on Friday with the Shamu show. I've had a couple of nasty comments on that one, but it's fine. It's
expected
it's to be
that.
expected because SeaWorld videos are.
Well, me and Shari have had this conversation.
Yeah.
We've all been and seen it, and when me and I said to Sean the other night, and my personal point of view of it is, I don't agree with anything like that. But the original Shamu was taken the right way. He was injured and they kept him and they nursed him back to health and then they trained him. But I don't agree with them going out there to get other animals and bring them in. You should only use them if they can't go back out into the wild. I've got no problem if they've got no need to be in the wild, then you should do something with them to keep their mind ticking over, because the less their mind's working, the more they're going to be aggressive. I may be wrong, but that's the way my mind works. I don't agree with them, as I say, going out and pinching them from the wild, don't agree with that. But if they're injured and they're brought in and they can't go back out, then yeah, give them something to do.
You should have just pulled the keg out. Okay. The keg.
Maybe I'm different, I don't know.
Keg, you should have just brought it out.
Yes,
You didn't even know what I said.
I do.
We did. We heard.
We're heard.
They can hear you talking about kegs, you know.
Good.
Yeah, we've both got kegs. We're looking. We're going to go back to
Have we
SeaWorld.
lost? Oh no, it's
No.
connected.
Discovery Cove video didn't get the best response. Any animal video, yeah.
Well, right.
But it's weird, right?
Gareth and Laura, do you agree with what I'm saying, or do you disagree with what I'm saying? Because do you agree with that if they're brought in from the wild and they can't rehabilitate to put them back out in the wild, then maybe they've got to give them... Oh, should just been that. Shari, I was just saying what we were talking about the other day about... Now I've
Shamu.
got... Shamu. About it's awful what's going on with it and how people are saying stuff. My personal point of view is I don't agree with them pinching from the wild, it's wrong. But if somebody's injured in the wild and they bring it back in and they can't rehabilitate to put them back out, then they need to give them something to do to work on, because otherwise if you don't give an animal something to do, they go crazy.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to going back to SeaWorld on the next two trips though. But I don't know how many shows we'll see, but I'm looking forward to the rides, especially.
Well, that's what Gareth and Laura are saying. It's enrichment, which it is.
If it's rescue, so
if it's rescue and try and treat to get out, but they can't go back out because they're too injured or they can't rehabilitate properly, you bring them in.
Hi, Corey Midsworld.
Hi, Corey.
SeaWorld around you.
Nice to meet you too. I think we've watched a couple of your videos. I think.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. When we swam with dolphins in Mexico.
It was the best experience.
Like, that's an amazing experience.
I'm still trying to find the DVD. We can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, we're trying to find it so we can post it. I don't know if we do it at Discovery Cove, but the place that we picked, we did a lot of research, and the reason we picked this place because the dolphins are in an enclosure, but they're in the sea. It's not a swimming pool or like a man-made thing.
And at the end of it, they get to go out again.
They take them out into the sea, and then they come so they can get all the swimming. They come back, and it's the only we used to play. It was at a place called Xcaret, and it's the only place in the world
Xcaret, is it?
that like the first dolphins that they got were rescues, so they were all injured, and they still bring in rescues, but it's the only place where they've got babies of babies of babies. I think it's 7 generations or something of dolphins.
That's what
and that shows you that they're being looked after well, because in captivity it's hard for animals to reproduce because they're under stress and pressure and things like that.
And the other thing is the tails weren't curled.
Yeah.
The tails weren't curled; they were straight up. So it just proved.
Also, you don't hang on to the fins when you swim with them or anything like that, because that can be dangerous for smaller dolphins when you're holding onto the fins and things. So they don't do any of that in that place.
Does anyone fancy coming up to paint the hut?
Say hello to Ben for us, Julia. It's been great having you in the stream. We appreciate you too. And hi, Rob.
Thank you, Julia.
Is Rob in? I didn't see Rob. Oh yes, he is.
Rob's just come in, I think.
Yeah.
So any other questions?
The scheduling of this live stream was weird. It was there on showing up as a schedule and an event, and then it disappeared for about half an hour before it went live. So I don't know what happened. Good afternoon. Yeah. And it's weird as well. So SeaWorld videos get a lot of hate on them and a lot of bad comments. But Animal
worry about it,
Kingdom
Rob.
videos don't, and it's the same
What am
thing.
what am I
really.
drinking? I'm drinking water with Wainwright with a lot of ice in it. So mine's literally half Wainwright.
Explain what Wainwrights is.
Well, I'm sure they know what Wain. And half
There you go.
ice. Dad,
Go and get it.
Dad and Sean are drinking water,
and bring it out
and what are you drinking?
Saves you keep going in and out.
What
Bourbon.
are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Coke.
He's not. He's drinking some form of bourbon with ice and Coke, and then he's drinking water as well.
Do you want to say hello? We're drinking Wild Turkey and Coke. That's what me and Dave are drinking. I'm surprised there's not campaign. It surprises me as well. I don't. Animal Kingdom just drank it all.
Another one?
Disney are very, very clever in the way that they've done the safari in Animal Kingdom. It is essentially a zoo. You just don't see the barriers.
Look at him.
That's what Caroline's been drinking. Yeah, it's nearly empty.
You're dripping it on us.
But they're just very clever in the way that they hide it. They use like fake built-ups,
Rocks
and
is
things
deep.
like that as barriers. Like the lions, the reason you see the lions on the rocks is because when it's cold, they heat the rocks, and when it's warm, they cool the rocks, and that's how they get them to stay there so that you can see them on the safari. And they do lots of little tricks like that on the.
Dad, can
on
you help
there.
us to go to the toilet, please?
So it's a very, very clever zoo.
Excuse me.
But I mean, we love it, and they do look after the animals. It's just very clever the way that they do it. So I think that's maybe why they don't get
That's
a lot of the hate that other places do, even though they're not really any different. They're just better at theming. Oh, everyone! Where's everyone gone? Where's everyone gone? If anyone's wondering, this is the microphone, and it's a big look. It's bigger than my head. So let's catch up here. Harley just looks like a little cloud. He definitely does. A cotton wool ball, little cloud. Rob, I didn't get to see the Shamu show, but when I saw it last year in San Diego, it was so bad the wheels just swam around. They're stopping doing it at San Diego, I think, aren't they? It's only going to be Orlando that's left. But I still would like the pools, pens to be bigger because, well, actually, to be fair, it doesn't matter how big a pool is for the killer whales, for the, what are they? The orcas. They'll never be big enough because they swim hundreds of miles, don't they? So it's just never going to be big enough. You're editing a Boma review, dining review. Is it breakfast or dinner, Corey? We've been for breakfast at Boma, and it was really nice. The corned beef hash was interesting. We make corned beef hash here, and it's a little bit different. But I still liked it. And the jungle juice was just like tropical juice, but still nice. We're thinking about doing dinner though. Caroline definitely gets down on the weekend. We had two of those. We had a Budweiser one and a Wainwright's one, and they're 5 litres each.
Hey, what's he saying about me?
No, he's on the beer.
No,
Yeah,
he's
Billy,
saying Caroline
Billy
gets
no
a-
mate, sorry.
Yeah, I've bought your
Yes,
present.
Caesar.
I've bought your
It's a
present.
good one. You brought me crisps. We don't want to eat those, they'll be noisy on the mic. Don't want to crunch.
Caroline gets down on the weekend. Is that what you were saying?
Hello, Jason. You've missed all the fun questions, and now we're just having a little bit of a chit chat.
Shari, Dad's just said, when are you coming up? Because he wants to take you out.
By myself. Hey, 0.5 litre. Yes, Jason. When is your trailer going up? When are your full vlogs going up? If your mini vlogs were truly mini, I don't want to know how long your full vlogs are going to be, but they're going to be amazing.
Oh.
Because I would say, recently, nothing against anybody else, probably the best vlogs overall as a series that we've seen over the last couple of weeks were yours. So we really love them.
You mean
And Caroline's really looking forward to meeting you as well.
Is that Jason?
You mean the mini vlogs?
Yeah, the mini vlogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
overall
it was
vlogs,
good.
but
No, that series of mini
yeah.
vlogs was,
Really
and the warm up ones as well. Your pre-travel Lion King video is
was that Caroline
just
Daddy
the
or
best.
chips?
Like we've
Really
showed it.
good.
Everybody who comes to
Really
the house,
good.
we put it on for them and show them. This buddy boy thing, Laura, it's weird.
That's what I was laughing at. Hi, buddy boy, back.
Weird.
Nearly had me in tears.
Alright, Shari says she'll
Please,
get the
I'll
diaries out tomorrow and chat.
And Gareth says we're moist for the full vlogs. Definitely. It's just thinking about them makes me wet. What?
Don't make us laugh when I'm eating. Who, Sean?
Who, Sean?
Rob's asking who. What on about?
Who was that on about?
86.5?
86.5, Jason.
Jason.
Yeah. Crunch away.
Jason's 86.5 have always been good, but Jace on his own for what he's been going through and doing himself has been he's been brilliant. He has been really good. And
Yeah.
he's been honest.
We've loved your like humour and personality and
Jason's
everything.
not
That's
replying here. Has he gone again?
that's just come out, and you're so much more relaxed and happier. Anyway, that's enough of the bigging up of.
What's
Yes,
so
but
weird
guys-
about Melsh Munbo? Boy,
Well,
I can't
a buddy boy means something else to
Hold
us.
on, what's so weird about Welsh Mun Boyos?
Yes, everyone recommend one channel to watch. So we recommend right now 86.5. Number one, no questions, right at this moment in time.
We've all got. Do you mean Shari? Each one of us have
No,
to
you do as well.
recommend.
Go on, you recommend.
I recommend Jace right now.
Yeah, so the same, Dave.
Right now, no. Be honest. We recommend Jace because he makes. Who's right now? If you
What I've seen,
recently out of everybody watched
just
Jason, you've got a top marks. What's that? Full scores on the doors.
what you're saying.
Gareth is saying Jess McMail, pretty good. We've watched she's Disneyland Paris vlogs, or her recent ones, I think. And we're watching
No,
a
we
couple of
haven't.
others. No, I have.
Have we?
Yeah, her Disneyland Paris ones. We're either going to make you blush or cry. Okay,
Well,
what can we say to make Jason cry? I want to make him cry.
he's been nearly there. All the time.
Corey Meets World, we missed
Dad,
Jason.
Dad's asking you a serious question, and be really brutally honest, because we have. How did you actually really cope? Because he thinks you did really well considering, and he thinks you've done well. How did you word it throughout the whole process, and how dignified you've been about everything?
He seems a lot more happier than what he was before.
He's gone, oh God, bye everyone.
Yeah. totally bigging you up here. I want to know, did you put Dave in any closets lately? No.
No.
We need to jump. It's disappeared off the screen. Corey Meets World said, Boma dinner is great. Such a great variety of different flavours. Breakfast is more of a traditional American breakfast. Dinner is where you get all the African flavours. Interesting. So we may or may not be staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge at some point in the future.
Is that a big may or a big may not?
Who knows? But we might well try there for dinner. We will see. We want to try and do the next couple of trips a bit cheaper, but Boma's not expensive, I don't think.
Your father-in-law to be is not really helping your
What's he said?
situation. I thought you were staying there.
No? Who says we're staying there, Dave?
Oh, you said that. Just what I thought.
You're giving away our secrets.
No,
Hold on.
I'm not.
Just finished watching Damien and India's trip. Yes, it was great. Their Q&A yesterday was really good as well. So if you haven't seen Damien and India's Q&A, go and see that. And wait until next week's, because they've got a few of my questions. I want to know what their answers are going to be. They only got so many questions and so many weird questions from me because of the one that Damien asked, which was the poo-sized bogey. So I gave them it back full throttle. So you'll have to wait till next Saturday to see that one, I think, is when they're doing it.
Jay says, I was actually fine except a couple of small moments. Thank you for the kind words of everyone. You're going to set them off.
It would for me.
Jace, he said he would be the same as you. And the reason he knows that is because when Mum passed away, he's tried to do a few things himself. And it set you off, didn't it? And he couldn't do it. So that's why he said people who do solo trips are brave.
Asked Caroline if I could do a solo trip, and she punched me in the face.
You lying board.
Okay, she verbally punched me in the face. Didn't you? She said I can go anywhere else, just not Disney.
That's right.
Let me defend myself without mouth for a crisp.
Well, you should be eating.
Crunchy munchy.
Sean asked me, and I'm going to tell the truth here. Was it a month ago?
Couple of weeks ago.
We'll say about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Sean asked me if he could go to Disney in October on his own, so him and Peter Brookhart could go and do Halloween Horror Nights
For a week.
without me.
She said no.
And I said, "Are you an idiot?"
Yes. Is the answer to that question.
The fight.
Exactly. He picked this moment at the wrong time. My person, Shari, I let him go and do boy stuff. He can go abroad in Europe or in this country and do things with the boys. But to Disney in Florida without me, it's not happening. It's not happening.
Oh, this one's controversial, Caroline. So we've got Hello Fanatic 1903HE. I think this is the first time we've seen you, so welcome.
Yes, thank you, Dave.
Laura asks, Holly or Sean?
Oh, depends on what you're asking for.
No, you can't pick between the two.
Look,
One's a human.
I love my boys. I love both my boys. And I'm always going to pick Sean, obviously. But...
Dad.
But look
No,
at that.
oh,
You
but
can't see
hold on.
Holly. He's moved over there to see Dave, hasn't
Laura, you're asking us, right? I've got one of the most amazing men with the most amazing dog with the most amazing part of the bee. You're really asking. Hard choice.
he? Whoa.
They're all good, Laura.
Thanks, Fanatic.
What's going on? Can I keep on?
Okay, so Jane says Tom can go anywhere except Vegas or Disney. I think that's what you said as well, wasn't it?
What did Fanatic ask? Oh, sure, I was deleted it.
You don't want to know what Fanatic said. You don't want to know what they said. You can have a look afterwards.
Bad.
Yeah. Rob says don't leave airline behind.
Was it about me?
No.
Nasty.
Stranger Things at Halloween Horror Nights. I get Disney is for life, not just for Christmas. Definitely, Shari.
Now I feel a bit unusual sitting here now.
Oh, don't worry about it. They're awesome modding there, guys. Getting rid of that.
Some random guy, I don't know, is making us feel a bit...
Oh, I didn't say anything bad. Just
Man.
What's it about?
Just saying that. Yeah.
Why?
Idiot. Anyway, ignore them, Caroline. It's fine. So Corey Meets World. I just did a solo trip to Disneyland without my wife. Got to take advantage of all those single rider lines. That's a good reason for a solo trip. But Caroline can't do all those fancy rides, those thrill rides. So I get to take advantage of those anyway, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Sorry if I've got a bit quiet. I just don't appreciate people like that coming in and saying stuff. It's not my cup of tea, and it really gets to us.
Is it a lad's trip to Vegas, Jim? Although I wouldn't recommend taking Jimmy until he's a little bit older. I mean, it's fine. Kids can go to Vegas, but I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. It's not a place for kids. Like just walking down the street, the things that you see.
Now, there you go. Right now, Jim. Who else said it as well? I don't mind him going to Vegas with other men and doing that. That's no problem. But to Disney without us, I've got no problem with him going to Vegas without us.
Yeah.
Jim.
But walking down the street in Vegas, just the things that you see, never mind the things that you hear.
Yeah.
It's not really the best place for kids.
Thank
I
you,
don't
Susan.
think. But
Thank you, everyone.
I mean, you see plenty of kids there, so everyone to their own. We don't have children, and we're not going to have children.
See, Shari says, why don't we all go together and she'll be with me while you go to the Horror Nights? Now that's a plan.
Yeah.
It's not happening. We're there in bleep, 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 so many days after.
Yeah, we can't do that. But when you see so children
Jane,
can't go in the casinos or anything like that. So when you see the parents at 2 o'clock in the morning on the blackjack table or whatever, and then that child standing in the walkway crying and tired and so on. It's not nice. He's bang up for it. He's got his stake money and everything. Wait until he's 21. Jimmy, you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait until you're 21. Then you can definitely go, and it'll be worth it then. But there's you'd have to have a quite a different holiday to a normal Vegas one if you were going. All right, we've missed a few questions while I was talking there. Stomped them out. Yes, thanks, Caesar.
Hey, Bubba Ray.
Caesar's still there.
Don't worry about the loser, Laura says.
I know they've all said that to us. I'm soft-hearted, guys. I really am. I wouldn't worry about me. I'm just soft-hearted. I don't like conflict.
Hey, Bubba Ray, welcome
time.
in. Yes. Don't text and drive. Don't text and drive.
Please don't text and drive.
Yeah, because you're in the you're American, so you can still use your phone when you're driving, can't you? But you can't over here anymore.
Yeah, Himpty's been speaking to you.
Haunted Mansion is scary.
Can you just do that?
I think the Snow White ride at Disneyland and Disneyland Paris is scary. What, you want more beer?
No, Dad's sorting everything out.
Alright, okay.
Can I have me water?
I hate a mate who went to Vegas age 15. Oh, I have a mate who went to Vegas age 15. He hated it, couldn't do anything. Exactly. I mean, there are some things for kids. So, Circus is probably the best hotel if you're taking kids, because there's all sorts of arcades, and there's like a little indoor amusement park and things like that. But it's a terrible hotel. Like, we went in there and we felt dirty. What's going on?
Dad's just giving us me water.
Thank
you.
There's also there's a couple of other little rides. There's the
Why don't we bring the other one out?
Marvel experience, the Avengers experience. Look on the Reeves Adventures vlogs. You'll see it. You'll see that experience on there that we haven't done.
We've done that one.
So yeah, there's a couple of things, but you'd have to be like, it's pool days and a couple of rides and like go and see the Grand Canyon and stuff like that with kids rather than gambling.
A restaurant that needs to.
It's coming out, but stop.
There you go. That's why. Sorry, my dad's doing something wrong.
I'm not.
I would love. We've seen the MJ1 and we want to see the Beatles, but
MJ1, fantastic
no, I'm
show.
saying they want to see the Beatles, but we decided on MJ1 instead of the Beatles, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's it.
Who said that? Jin.
No.
Right, sure.
Have I missed?
Oh no, it was Shari.
Shari.
Sandy.
Gareth would never forgive you. So that's right, Laura. To be honest, I was, Caroline was right. It wouldn't be right to go solo trip. See you later, Rob.
Bye, Rob.
We've been going for 2 hours now. This is the longest stream we've done, and it's still going strong. So yeah.
Is everybody all right, or do you want to go?
We can
go, or we can stay.
We're enjoying chatting with you.
We can stay for more questions if anybody's got any.
Gareth, you're in the Vegas squad. You want to come to Vegas, Gareth?
Well, he will.
I got free rooms the last time, and they're not offering me free rooms anymore. I don't think I gambled enough last time. Mainly because we lost every time.
I'm getting free rooms.
Are you?
Yeah, I keep getting
messages.
Yeah,
but that wouldn't be a boys' trip.
I'm sure you can change your name to Caroline.
What? When I marry you, I'm not changing my name to Caroline Chambers. You're changing your name to Sean Kirkby.
I am not. I told you I'm not.
Yeah. What are you going to change your name to?
It's in Caroline Chambers, and I might hyphenate to Kirkby.
Bone of contention, guys. Right. Mickey Burns playing Fortnite with Dylan. Yes.
Right. Bye,
can't quite concentrate. WDW2, thanks for joining us.
Take care.
I can go to NY. I want to go to New York as well, Laura. I've never been to New York, and I want to go. Caroline's been 3 times. Have you? 3 times?
Twice.
I want to go. And we will go at some point. I want to do.
See, Shari kept the name. Told you, it's the new thing. Shari, I really want to keep it, but he really has a go on us about it.
No,
but you know the funniest thing. No, I've got to say that it's the funniest thing when we've booked the holiday for the wedding. You know what they put on the thing? I told them it was Miss Chambers, and they put Mrs. Caroline Chambers. I said, "See, Sean, it's a sign. I've got to keep my name."
So disappointed in Pirates World. That last trip was the first and only time I've ridden Pirates, and I loved it. But apparently the other ones are better. So
Oh, you see, Laura only changed her name, but her daddy wanted to keep the name. But the thing is, right, this is what really annoys me, is Sean has nothing to do with his dad, and he doesn't even like his name, but he wants to keep it. Whereas he likes my family, he's close to me dad, but he doesn't want to take my name. But she gets called Mrs. Chris Perinda, even though she's not.
Well,
I'd still rather...
some fly.
I really would prefer to be Caroline Chambers and stay that way. It would be so much more easier for me.
Go on your solo trip, Steph, and you can have your old one back. Oh, Trouble in Paradise over in the Despicable 3 household.
See,
Sean, take Caroline's name.
No,
Too much hassle.
your own sister thinks you should too.
No, too much hassle. Nobody likes my name, and everyone says, "Well,
His sister
it's a horrible name. Your dad's horrible, and all the rest of it."
His
And I'm like,
sister
"Well,
thinks he should take my name.
yeah, nobody likes my name because of my dad, but it's my name, not
Who
his.
wouldn't-
name.
who
It's
wouldn't-
not. It's
who-
not his name. It's my name.
But who wouldn't want Dave's name?
I don't want to be called Dave.
No, Chambers, after the man, the legend. If you'd met my grandma, you would definitely say, right, I'm changing my name.
Steph, there's fighting talk
FO
going on in the
James.
Despicable 3 household. Oh dear. I wonder what FO means. It means
Flying object?
first officer.
Flying object?
First officer Jim, right? Yeah.
What's in trouble there?
First off the gym, yeah.
I use my maiden name as my middle name. I also give my maiden name as middle names for my kiddos.
It does. Sean Chambers has a nice ring to it rather than Sean Kirkby.
Do you argue over that?
No, don't.
Steph, she can come, yeah.
Dad says you're welcome anytime, Steph.
He'll make up the room for you. Steph's maiden name is Belcher.
Let's all become chamber pots.
Yeah, I wouldn't miss Belcher either, to be fair. Steph's
on,
maiden
mate.
name is Belcher.
Oh, wait. I know it's bedtime for you, isn't it?
It's like my maiden name was Liff. Right, okay. Jim's trying to be funny and failed.
It's not. I know what Steph's. That's why I went like that to you, Sean.
No, right, yeah. Jim was trying to be funny. Jim was trying to be funny.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Mommy.
They've eaten all the crisps.
She
Chips. Chips. Not ones I've made. The ones I make are better on the
Yeah,
Caroline.
me, I know them then.
I knew what Steph's. Me and Steph have had this conversation.
Yeah, so we've been talking for quite a while now. 2 hours. Just over 2 hours.
Are you still wanting to talk more, or are you just wanting to go?
We're happy to keep talking, but
your
also
Give way a or an A.
we're happy to go as well. So it's all up to you guys. I know couples who have hyphenated, and both have changed their names to the hyphenated one.
Sean won't hyphenate, and I don't want Sean's name solely, so it's probably going to be me who has to hyphenate unless Sean lets me just
Definitely not,
keep
Charlie.
my name. Pardon me. No, I'm not. We're not bored of you. We can stay.
We just don't want to bore your guys.
We just don't
You
want to
guys.
bore yous, and we're quite.
Watch your
open to-
fingers, Dave. Holly's going to bite them off.
We're quite open to answering anything you want.
We've had a lovely Sunday evening chatting to you guys.
Sean's in London. No, you're not in London now, are you?
No, not in
He
London
was
this
meant
week.
to be in London on Wednesday, but he's not now.
Not anymore.
Would be nice to see your face.
Keep going. I've got all day, says Caesar.
Oh, Sean wants to see. Sean, Dad says he wants to see everybody's faces. Right, Shari, ring in. He wants to see your face. Gareth and Laura, ring in. He wants to see your face. Steph, ring in. He wants to see your face.
Shari, we're not using my phone anymore for the streams.
seen.
Just
Yeah.
ring
So-
me. Ring me.
Anybody
you
can
can
ring
ring
my
the
phone.
phones.
It
We're not
won't,
using the phone anymore. What we're using is we've got a camera now.
Yeah. We've
Right.
got a proper webcam
Right.
that we got. For
Dad actually says he wants to see everybody's faces. So Jane, ring in. Steph, ring in. Shari, ring in.
either of us.
On
Sorry, I know.
on the phones.
Sorry, I've seen.
He's literally asking, so you want to see. Oh, Shari's ringing you. There you go. Shari's ringing you. There you go. See? Wave. There you go. There you go. You're ringing now. Right, bye. We've got another one, Shari. Bye.
She's crackers.
That worked. literally said, can I see everybody's faces? Who's that?
Yes, I said it would
Who was
be
it?
nice.
There's nobody there. Oh, there you go. It's Gareth. He wants to see. Hey.
Oh, where's Laura? We want to see.
Where's Laura?
We don't want to see you, Gareth. Where's Laura?
Where's Laura? He wants to see Laura. Go on, Laura. Go on. He wants to see you.
Go. Oh, she's waving
Go on, Laura.
She's waving
even
her
a
foot.
hand. Even a hand. There you go. There you go. There
Where? I can't see her face.
Good night, Jimmy.
Huh?
She put a hand in.
Where? Get her face in. I'll give
It's
her
gone.
a kiss.
Hang on. Right.
Jimmy gone.
No, Jimmy's not.
Oh, Laura's lying down. You know why that is? She needs meat. She's too tired from all the vegan food. She needs some meat. Thanks for calling in.
They give him 7 minutes past his bedtime.
What?
Take care,
Jimmy actually come
everyone.
up?
No, they've got to go.
Oh,
They're putting Jimmy to bed. He's got 7 minutes past
So I
his
think
bedtime.
people are starting to go now. So we'll call it
No,
a
that was
day.
just the kid.
No, that just Jason's going.
Jason's still there, is he?
No, but you don't have a spotty face, Laura.
Oh, I've just missed
I
somebody.
wanted to blow a kiss.
Oh, Jane's rang with.
Just wanted to blow a kiss to her.
Yeah, Jane's rang with.
Is it?
Oh, Dave, this piece of decking's broke as well.
What you done now, Sean?
No.
There's 2 or 3 parts.
Why is
where it's
Jane's
coming.
not doing a...
Pardon me.
Tell Jane.
Sit.
Jane, you're not doing a video call. It's coming through as a normal call. Is that your phone ringing there?
Never heard anything. What's that?
Yeah. There you go.
He's doing
Jane will
it.
come up for you and say hello to Jane. There you go.
Doesn't-
Say hello. There's Tom and Jane.
That you?
Yeah, trying to see them on. Yeah. And the dog. And Daisy.
That's Daisy.
Watching watching
Watching
Holly.
Harley.
Watching Harley.
Holly. Who's that?
Look, Harley.
that-
On the screen.
There's
Everyone's watching
turn
Harley.
around. Holly.
No. Harley's on there, Dad.
No.
I took the phone. Right. There we go. We got them on. Got them on the screen as well. Yeah, you take the phone off us.
What?
Where's Daisy's gone now?
Daisy gone. Harley, Daisy saying hello to you. Look on the screen.
Yeah.
Look, Daisy.
Look. Harley, look. Oh, the camera's in the way.
He's looking around for Daisy. But look, it's
Daisy's
Daisy.
Look, where's Daisy?
Daisy.
I'll speak to you later, Jane. Thank you. Take care.
He was looking around.
Daisy, I know. We tried.
Jane and Tom, is that your first time on a vlog?
It is, I think.
Not that this is a vlog, but is that your first time on YouTube? Until next week, maybe?
Sean's got planned for you.
I do.
Who's Jane
But we'll talk
Tom?
about that later.
Jane? You
I've
just
got a
talking
good
about
way of
your animals,
introducing you
Jane.
to the YouTube peoples. I want everyone's dogs
Which
in a
ones?
non-creepy way.
From London.
Oh,
My dad's getting, he's like, who's Jane and Tom? I was like,
Yes,
Jane and
man,
Tommy, what
he's-
talking?
yeah,
He's like,
asking us,
he's
man.
getting himself so confused, yeah.
who it is and what?
So Corey, are you going back to Disneyland? I want to know that as well. We want to go to Disneyland in California
There's still some staying.
and Universal and Warner Brothers and where else? Loads of places. You want to go to Venice Beach?
I would love to go to Venice Beach. I want to actually go up to the wine district as well, but
Napa?
I've got family in San Diego as well, so there's a few places, and we want to do San Fran as well.
Yeah, love to go to San Francisco to go
Yeah.
to the Walt Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just the hills and the trolleys and Alcatraz and all that stuff. This live stream is literally the dogs, Caroline. Oh, Harley.
Oh, get it away from
Whoa!
us!
Did you see how big that
Right, man.
thing was? Whatever that thing was. Dear me. Have you ever stayed at the Candy Cane at Disneyland?
Nope.
No. What's that? What's that
Disneyland.
like?
Yeah, believe.
Who wouldn't want a dog called Jeff? Exactly. We have not met Jeff, but we love Jeff.
We
don't
are
we?
too, Jane.
We love
And
Jeff.
Tom. And what?
What? We love Jeff.
We love Jeff, yes, but I'm answering questions that are on the screen as well.
Questions?
And things.
Shall
Jane
we go
says-
together? Yes? Where we're going? Disneyland.
Yes, we'll go. Yeah, definitely, Alpha.
Yeah?
If you can fit it around our money after the wedding.
The dog's what's it's in it, Jace, but man. You keep. Oh dear. I need alcohol. Come and join us. Although, is your. Oh,
It's empty.
the keg's empty.
Yeah, but explain why the keg's empty. Because
Because you've
Sean.
drank it.
Drunk?
No, it's not because I've drank
Because you've
it.
drank it.
No, explain.
You
yesterday,
drunk it?
Explain yesterday. Sean shook it up in the car, and when me and Dad poured it,
I didn't
inside,
shake it up in
he
the
went,
car. It fell over when I was driving.
It spurred
That's
it
not shaking
everywhere.
it up.
Didn't lose that much.
You did. It lost a lot of it.
Yeah.
And you were screaming, "Hey, what you
Don't
doing?"
make excuses.
Yes, Jace, and would love to do the drive as well. Like, maybe not necessarily Route 66, so all the way from Chicago down to San Diego, but at least the drive up the coast or the. What are you doing, Harley?
It'd be nice to do
Um,
that. Route 66.
Quite fancy the Amtrak
Gareth and Laura,
down
2000.
both coasts.
Gareth and Laura sounds perfect because after the wedding, we've got to save some money and pay some debt off.
What?
2020, back end of 2020, or maybe 2021.
What are you doing?
What? Gareth and Laura are going with you?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Harley?
Caesar, this is our life.
Did I miss something? Why did you not put a seatbelt on it?
Oh, is he? Ask how he
I
is.
don't know what that. Did you dye your hair? Oh, Caesar. What's Caesar done?
Are you dyeing your hair, Caesar?
Oh yeah, because we missed his thing because I was asleep yesterday.
The live stream yesterday?
Gareth and Laura says, let us know they'll date it. And we'll date it.
For what?
Road
California?
Trip? Yeah, road trip.
Road trip in down America?
Yeah, do you want to go with you?
Yeah, we could do that. So we could do like start in San Francisco, drive through LA, pick him to up, continue on to San Diego, all that stuff. That'd be good. Go to Vegas, of course. Have you been to Vegas, Caesar? Oh, I think we missed the question earlier on. Somebody asked what our favourite Vegas hotel was.
Oh, I actually really like the Wynn.
Yeah.
Bellagio was lovely, but the Wynn was really nice.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
Overall, for location, views,
Come on.
kind of views, and room, I'd say the Aria. Out the three that we've stayed in, we've stayed in Aria, Bellagio, and Wynn.
Aria
I'd
is
say
my
Aria.
favourite overall for everything, but
Yeah.
the Wynn is beautiful. But Aria, come on.
He is always showing his fluffy butt, Laura. So yeah, Aria for me overall for location and views, Bellagio, but it's just too busy, and the rooms are smaller. Not that mattered too much, but the rooms are smaller. But the view that we had was fantastic, and Wynn probably had the best room. The Wynn had the best room. The Bellagio had the best views.
No more.
The Aria has the best casino,
Yeah,
restaurants, location next to Cosmo and all that stuff, and has a pretty nice room as well.
It's probably got something
What's
else,
that?
don't know.
Well, just me and Dad are just talking.
You're muttering away in the background.
You're just muttering away.
It's her, not me.
The Candy Cane Inn is the best. It's the closest to Disneyland on the same side of Disney, and it backs up to Cars Land. We will try and remember that for when we go to, because we will go to Disneyland at some point. So
The people who've been to Vegas who also like Disney, do you watch Team Claire?
Team Claire vlogs, because we love her as well.
I'm interested because
She
we
doesn't
really,
get enough
we
love
really
for
like
us
her
on
and she
Twitter,
doesn't
but-
get enough people to watch her, yet she's
No,
really
she gets
good.
loads of people that watch her, but not enough love off us. But she doesn't post all the time.
She doesn't-
She
she
only
doesn't.
posts when she's on holiday and does it every day, and that's it. That's when she
But
posts.
she's actually very good. She's very good in the way she does it, and for people who she does it in different ways, really. But she's also good for women, which is what I like.
Oh, so Kenny's going to Disneyland in October, Vegas in November, and Disneyland and Universal in December. It's going to be a good end of year.
Ooh, Kenny.
Good
way
at
to
what-
end the year.
Kenny, at
Doing a
what
bit
point in
like us,
December will he be there?
And Mickey, that's Disneyland, not Florida. And Mickey Bunch says, I'm assuming you mean in the Candy Cane Hotel, includes a free breakfast and a hotel exclusive shuttle. Do you need the shuttle if it's right next to Disney?
Jane watches Team Claire, which I knew she did anyway, because I say she likes the stuff. You getting the other?
Who was the very
Yes,
first
I'm
Disney
pretty
vlogger you all watched? The first one we remember watching is the Tim Tracker, but I don't think he was the first one we watched. I just can't remember who it was.
The first one that definitely Sean showed me was, because Sean started watching before all of us, it was because I was really poorly, and Sean tried to kind of pep us up a bit.
In fact, it might have even been Team Claire.
It might.
It might have been Team Claire.
What happened was, I was really poorly. I was lying on the sofa. I couldn't move my head most days. I couldn't do anything. I really was a really low ebb at them. I couldn't do anything. I didn't even know what was wrong. Apart from the Behçet's and the arthritis, I didn't know that I had POTS, and I wasn't on medication, so I couldn't even lift my head without feeling dizzy. And they would have to help us up and do everything, literally grab us and move us. And he would put vlogs on.
I think that's the worst one to remember.
He would put Team Claire on. It was Team Claire. It was Tim Tracker
the Trooper.
and Tim the Trooper.
The Trooper.
Tim as well.
So the
Trooper.
The Trooper 97 for
And
Vegas. We've watched him since he moved to Vegas. So when he had like, I don't know how many subs he had, or 200 subs or something. He's on 30 or 40,000 now.
It's pretty much. He's good. We've met him. You met him.
For talking about hate on channels, he has had the most hate on any YouTube channel I've ever seen. Like, it's ridiculous how much hate and just horrible people have commented. Like, it really, really was sad and just horrible.
And then
but he stuck with it.
Ridiculous.
he did
like,
stick with it, and you met him.
And I met him. Dave fell asleep. I met him.
Dad desperately wanted to meet him, but he
it
fell
was
asleep.
So he was Vegas. We did watch the Poker Kraut as well in Vegas.
Yeah.
But we've gone off him a little
Brian
bit because
as well. Team Brian. Was it Brian?
He's in a run.
Brian Gambles
Brian Gambles.
for the slot. But we've gone off Kevin Poker Kraut a little bit because he's him and the Trooper had a little bit of a. They were friends. They helped each other, and then they had a little bit of a falling out, which was just stupid. It was just a silly falling out. But Poker Kraut can't let it go, so we're a bit sick of the like nasty jokes that he keeps doing. So we've stopped really watching him.
Jane saying she loves TFG. Is that Florida guy?
That Florida guy.
We do like.
We love that Florida guy as well.
Jane,
we love Gary and Becca.
We really love Gary and Becca, but they're very, very quiet people, and they really don't. They're becoming more open to chatting, but we've tried to chat with them for quite a while, haven't we? But they're very private.
Yeah.
But they're really nice people.
We love watching Gary's cinematics.
Gary's
and
very
just the way that he does his videos, and I've learned a lot from him, and
Becca's
taken a lot of his editing. Like I learned a lot from all of you actually. Like I see things on all of your vlogs, and then have a little play with them and see what I can do and come up with stuff.
But Becca's really lovely as well, though, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's really nice.
Charlotte Ruff.
Gareth, Laura.
We met Charlotte.
We actually met Charlotte.
We met Charlotte and Brogan.
And Brogan.
So like on their trip last year, before they fell out, on their trip last year,
actually,
we met them on their first morning at Be Our Guest. We were in Be Our Guest at the same time as them. We met them. I sat and talked to Brogan. You sat and talked to Charlotte.
And
separately, we weren't at the same table.
Can we be brutally honest here? I didn't mind Charlotte at all. Dad wasn't so sure. You didn't meet her properly.
Yeah.
But you love Brogan.
Brogan, fantastic.
And that's us three being brutally honest.
Yeah.
Charlotte
it's just a shame what happened.
She was fine with me.
Shame what
Dad
happened
wasn't
with
sure something about Dad wasn't sure. But Sean didn't really speak to her, but he did like Brogan because he sat with Brogan for a while, didn't you? While she was speaking to us.
Like 20 minutes? No, 15, 20 minutes or something.
Yeah. But Charlotte was fine with me.
The Mickey Bunch are moving to Florida.
Woo!
And they want to meet Kenny in September. Well, if you're moving to Florida, is that permanent?
If you were moving there, then can we meet you too?
We'll meet you as well. Not in September, but
a little bit further on than September. Maybe around the Christmas time.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ever go off us.
Tell
I don't think
November,
that's ever going to
December.
happen, Gareth and Laura. I don't think that's ever
You're
going to
not telling
happen.
people when you're going.
No, Sean's not. People are asking, well, but Sean won't give the exact
No,
time.
we've
Alright.
got to do a proper trip announcement.
Alright.
Which
I think half of them know by now with your
I think
triptych clues.
I think most of you know when we're going, but yeah, we'll do a proper trip announcement, and I've got. Well, you saw this trip announcement for a week's time was the first trip announcement we've done, and you saw how that video went, and I've got an idea for the next one. So
Sean wanted the first trip announcement to be about other people that we're going to see, not necessarily about us. But then since then, we're actually meeting more people. We're meeting Jane and Tom,
yeah,
which is the shame.
and Gareth and Laura,
And Gareth and Laura, which could have been in
and
as well.
Flo Richter.
Yeah, but Gareth and Laura were in it anyway because
Yeah,
he could introduce you a little bit that you wanted.
yeah.
And Flo Richter as well. They all.
So we've got some ideas for the next trip announcement, and I've got ideas for the one after that as well. So we'll see how that goes. Trying to figure
Yeah,
out what the vlog, when to start the vlogging next weekend. Do we start on Saturday for a pre-travel day, because all of our home vlogs consist of getting a haircut and having a meal, and that's what our pre-travel day is. We're getting a haircut and having a meal.
No, but I said to right
I don't know, like, if you
Right.
find that enjoyable.
out there in the stratosphere. Right, I said to Sean, don't do the hair, just say that we're going to have our hair done. We're going to a new restaurant, which is really, really nice. But do his view of getting ready with me on a travel day, not necessarily my view, or do both points of view of getting ready, which will be different. Of how I have to give him stuff to pack for me, or how Dad
Thanks,
has
Jace.
to pack.
We when I approached Gareth and Laura, Despicable 3, Springy Tales, and
Right.
and Shari and Chris. Sorry,
Sorry, Shari, he's losing his mind.
losing my mind. I literally just said, do what you want.
He didn't ask for anything.
This is the topic. Go for it. And I was just blown away by how fantastic everyone was.
He literally did. He just said, "Be yourselves, do what you want." He didn't give them. He just said, "This is what you need to say," and he didn't hound them. He just said, "Do it, do it, do it."
Hashtag Sean's new dance. Yeah, batting away all the flies in our garden.
He does it all the time.
Because if you can see, get my thumb to work there,
Where?
just there,
Where?
there,
There.
above the shed, that bit there that I'm pointing to.
Oh, well, we've got the.
That's the town
you
moor of Newcastle, and
No,
it's
no,
like
no.
a huge open area.
You run the wrong
Okay.
bit.
No,
Right,
not. That's
if
the
you
town
wonder,
moor there.
hold on. If you're wondering what the glass, oh, get that away. If you're wondering what the I kind of do it with my arm. If you're wondering what the metal bit is, it was Sean's idea of getting a swingy thing. It broke straight away. Just
It was awesome, Gareth.
Field,
Don't worry.
it's a Cowgate
here is our beautiful moor, and
Cowgate moor
also
leading to the town.
leading to the town moor, and also Newcastle Golf Course.
Newcastle.
Yeah, so you can see in the distance Newcastle United golf course, but it's very much in the distance for the camera.
Unfortunately, our
Definitely, Jace, and actually we should.
Dad. Jace, are you going to come to
Are you-
Alton Towers on the 20th?
Yeah, you coming? There's how many of us? What, 11, 13? I can't remember how many. Quite a few of us going on the 20th now. Are you going back to Disney World at any point soon, Jace?
Shari's right, they're stuck with us. Gareth and Laura as if won. Gary is awesome, as in, yeah, agree. Nobody dictates what King Dave does. No, nobody dictates
What?
Dad. Nobody dictates you, no. I hope
Who's
Dave is
saying
sure about me. Shari, he wants to meet you all. He's got to select, I'll be honest, he's got a select few who he wants to meet because he watches, but he's also got a select few who he wants to meet because of me. Which is, his select few he wants to meet because of me, which is the ones that don't kind of vlog, is Jane and Tom.
Mickey Bunch. Jace is coming with us next year. He doesn't know yet. Awesome.
Is he?
Jason, come
He's coming with me now, is he? All right.
With a +1.
God,
Well, that's all right.
how many people at this wedding that I don't know about?
Nobody said anything about a wedding. Yeah, 20th of May. So
I'll be there.
2 weeks today, Jace. We're going to Alton Towers. You're welcome to come if you want.
There.
You'll be there at the wedding. You're taking us down there.
You are welcome to come. And actually, on the 19th of May, we get back into London from Disneyland Paris, and
I've got nothing to do that night.
And we're driving halfway up the M1 to stay in a hotel. The Days Inn on the M1 somewhere. On that night, and then continuing the drive up to Alton Towers on the Sunday.
So if you want to stay in the room,
So
you know.
if you wanted to come with us, book yourself, message us offline.
I'll just come and stay in our room and sleep on the
that?
floor.
Get yourself get yourself a hotel room in the same hotel. Jump in the car with us, so we can get you there. You just need to find your way back from Alton Towers. But we can drop you at a train station or whatever if you want to come. It's up to you.
Jace.
Oh, Jason.
I kind of know now.
Mickey Bunch has got it.
Will
See?
someone write me a note to get out of school?
He wants to get
Don't
it.
think it
Oh,
works.
Shari.
Works for teachers, does it, Shari?
Shari.
Oh,
Shari and Jane, I did ask to come in May, but neither of them could make it, so. I did ask.
We can take you to Wales. Yes? You could go back to Wales, Grace, with Gareth and Laura. Or you could come back up to Newcastle with us.
Yeah, Jace, that's the point. Take some time off work and come back up to Newcastle for 3 days. And you got to try that again.
Well, I'm back down to Birmingham on the Monday, so it's you going to the toilet?
Yeah, explain your week.
It's a fun week. It's a fun week when I get back. So on the Sunday we're in Alton Towers, which is near Birmingham. On the Monday back in Newcastle, I've got to go back to Birmingham for a works conference on the Tuesday, but I go on the Monday afternoon. And then the following weekend is Nate and Craig's wedding, so wedding party reception. So we'll be back. I'll be back down to Birmingham for that as well. So 3 times in a week I'm in Birmingham. I don't know why I don't just stay there for the week. Do it, Jace. We can sort it out if you want to come. Pretty awesome. Hey. It's my snoring that you need to be afraid of, Jason. Not my. What's wrong with my singing? It's like my wake singing is good, but my sleep singing is bad. I think they're probably both terrible. But I would get earplugs or your own room, but we can sort it out. It was a cheaper hotel. It was like, what was it, £50 or £60 or something for the night. Wasn't expensive. So what have you? Any of you got any plans for tomorrow? Anybody who's off tomorrow for the bank holiday? I'm doing nothing. And the night tremors. It's the sleepwalking you want to be worried about. I don't sleepwalk. What time do you get into London next weekend? I plan on leaving here at 6 AM ish. So by 6 AM it could be any time between 6 and 8. And then it's what, a 5-6 hour drive, because I won't be rushing and I'll take it easy. But the latest, absolute latest that I want to get into this centre of London is 1:30, because Madame Tussauds is for 2 o'clock and they close at 4, and I want to have like enough time to do Madame Tussauds in there. So 1:30 will be the absolute latest, but I ideally want to get there for about 12:30. Depending on how slow we come down and stops we make. Ice cream. You want some ice cream, Shari? We've got honeycomb clotted cream ice cream, twister ice lollies, and crunchy ice cream as well. I'm gonna do a cinematic vlog here, and you should definitely see the you're just like doing a quick little bit of a video here and there. They're really good. Like, you've got some talent, and you don't even know what you're doing yet. You're just playing around. So like, do some more. Like, you have got the potential to be the next Peter McKinnon or Casey Neistat or any of those other big ones that aren't Jake Paul. No short voice of an angel.
What are you doing?
You should, Jane. The River Thames. I don't know exactly where you live, so I just know you live near
Hoxton.
London. Oh. You're doing ice cream tomorrow. Yes, Jace, we want to see that trailer.
Thank you,
Good.
Dad.
You're in charge, you know. She wants to be at the toilet.
Right, give us a chance to catch up because I'm slow. Where's he up to? Who's having night tremors? What time do you get into London? Oh, London next weekend. It depends on how quick he's travelling because he's driving. Ice
They're going
cream.
on Sunday.
Come and see us. Shari will always come and see you, but getting Dave to do anything because he always thinks that we're helping him.
He's having a banana.
Having a banana. That sounds lovely, Jane.
How do you peel yours?
I don't like them. I can't stand them.
What's he got?
He's got a banana.
Banana. What's he got there? What's that?
Jesus,
Nice,
film in
lovely.
Editing tomorrow. Next Jake Ball, yeah, and Picken McKinnon, Nick to the Blue when you're on your own, Sean. I cannot help it. I've got a weak bladder.
Apparently,
I've
that's
got
the
bladder
correct.
issues.
Apparently, that's the correct way to open a banana, but that was hard. Like, it's easier the other way, right?
No, it's easy.
I don't like the black bits, though.
I do not like bananas at all told.
Lovely.
Did you read what Jane said? The Closer Tower Bridge on the south side of the Ripper. Now I'm trying to work that out and I can't work out that quick. Jane, we went to, when we were last down, it was a really sunny time and we walked for ages, didn't we? And we're around an area where all people had their speedboats and their boats, and then there was a beautiful pub. What was it called?
Hi, Alan and Stevie. How was
What was
wherever you went today?
Blackpool?
Was it Blackpool?
It wasn't.
Wasn't Alton Towers?
Was it not the museum?
No, that was yesterday. They went to the dungeon yesterday.
I'm confused. I love a good banana.
Oh, what?
Sean, what was that place called that me, you and Chris went to?
I love a good banana. Sick.
That wasn't a good banana. It's gone.
Can you bump your chair over?
That's the funniest thing
banana
I've
went.
seen.
Nearly lost my nana.
It might actually. You know, I haven't said much, but you're saying, is that right? You're right, Jane. That's exactly where it is. Sean's saying.
Where did we're still in Motel 1. at
Hi,
Tower
Alan
Hill.
and Stevie.
If you're talking about that trip, Motel 1 at Tower Hill and St Catherine's Dock is pretty close, I think. I
Who's
think it was
asking
that.
that? Yeah, when we stayed in London the last time. Yeah, it was Motel 1. This time we're staying in.
On the next Sunday we're staying in the Pullman, which is at St Pancras, and then we've just got cheap hotels until we get to Disneyland Paris.
Alan Stevie.
You've been out at a family
Spring
meal.
Tales.
Was it nice? Was it good? Yeah, fun.
See, you say, is that Alan Stevie? Springer Tales. See, he's learning.
Yeah, we've been going for a little while, Alan and Stevie. So
Good.
2.5 hours. 2.5 hour live stream. What? That's
I'll be drunk by the time I've finished.
what? By the time you finish, Dave, you say that like you're not drunk already. Right. Our drama group is called Banana Drama, and it's
Ask Shari how it went last night and what they were doing.
How did it go last? Why? Why didn't you just ask?
Because you should ask. You're the host.
The host with the most. How are you tripping to Paris? So we are. So on the Tuesday, which is the day we go to Paris, we're doing the Warner Brothers studio tour. After
Why
that,
don't you just start from here and
Next
go
weekend.
down?
oh, he's only asking about Paris. So after we've done Warner Brothers, we're getting the train from Watford into London, Euston, and then we're getting the Eurostar business class from St Pancras into the centre of Paris. And then once we get to the centre of Paris, we've got to figure out how to get to Disneyland. I think it'll be a taxi because the trains aren't going to be particularly easy from what we've researched.
But explain what are the issues you've got.
This is the wheelchair.
Sean's not used to taking me alone, so he's got to get used to taking me in the wheelchair, plus my medical stuff, plus baggage, which is going to be a huge thing. He plays it down, but it is going to be big. It's going to be hard. Very hard.
Figure it out.
You'll figure it's going to be hard. Admit it.
Yeah. Well,
He plays it off like it's nothing, but it's going to be
nothing
hard.
worth doing is easy. That's what they say, isn't it? So it'll be fine. You're gonna have, if it's anything like it's like today. I think tomorrow's meant to be the hottest day of the weekend, Alan and Stevie. So it should be good.
When was my first trip? 1990. Me and Dad went. I was 9 years old. Is that right? I was 9. Dad took me, and I lost him. Well, he
No.
lost us.
No,
He wandered.
Wasn't the first year?
Gareth. No,
It was. It
Was
was,
it?
yeah.
no.
No.
Come on, tap L2.
What's he saying?
French now.
Ça va bien,
Bonjour.
merci.
Au revoir.
Oh,
Merci.
Uh,
Ça va? Ça va?
Come on.
Je suis.
Hold on. Let's speak
What's
it
it?
before I forget.
Come on, tap L2.
No,
Mi
come on.
cumpleaños es.
Come on. Come on, about two. Caroline Louise Chambers.
I got an A in French at GCSE. Left school immediately. Forgot it all. Same with Spanish.
Can I just say I speak better Russian than I do French?
My first trip to Disney was 2012 with these two and Caroline's mum, Lillian.
Sean's actually a new starter to Disney. He's only been twice. We've been.
And I didn't think I was going to like it. Like,
No, you
I
didn't.
was not really particularly looking forward to Disney in 2012.
He
I was more looking forward to Universal, but th-
He
still-
moaned.
forget
he
about
moaned,
that.
He moaned,
Disney,
he
Disney's
moaned
great.
the whole time. I won't like Disney. I don't like Disney. I just like Universal. I
Ooh la
won't
la.
like it. I
Oui.
won't like it.
Non.
And what's happened? He's come back. I love
Under
Disney.
toi.
I love Disney. We must go back. Is that about right?
Three.
Was it Under Toi?
Under
trois,
trois,
quatre,
cinq,
cinq,
six,
six,
sept,
sept,
huit,
neuf,
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 dix,
dix,
onze, douze, treize, quatorze.
Think
We can.
You're
can-
better at Spanish.
Yeah.
You can say the words. I mean, the numbers.
You can hold a conversation in Spanish.
Laura, what's a beer in French? I know, like what's a poussin?
Un bird.
That's a.
Why don't you do?
Poussin's
Why
a
don't you?
bird.
Is that a chicken or a
poussin-
bird?
Chicken?
No, a poussin is
Is
a
it
small
chicken.
chicken?
The chicken. Un poussin.
But
chicken.
that's what they say in French.
Un poussin.
Oh, thanks, Sylvia. You. Disney alone is just
Marvellous.
Right.
Papa. That's Italian.
Sean speaks Spanish.
I don't speak Spanish.
You speak better Spanish than most people.
I don't.
You do.
I don't speak Spanish better
So
than
when
most
we
people.
when we go to Mexico, do you
Most
not?
people speak Spanish better than me.
No, when we go to Mexico, do you not speak Spanish pretty well and could hold the conversation?
I say hola.
Oh,
You say more. Oh, stop playing it down.
Or the words just come when they need to come.
Sean can speak Spanish and have a conversation when he
No,
wants
I can't.
to. Yes, he can.
I pretend to know what's going on and I try and figure it out and I fudge my way through it just like everyone else.
He doesn't. He knows.
In Disney, you can say one beer, please. Ah.
Un
Do
cabeza?
they, actually,
No,
do they
un ca-
sell beer in Disneyland Paris, like just to walk around with?
Un
Because
cabeza.
in Magic Kingdom they don't, but in the other three Disney World they do. But do they do that in Disneyland Paris? I suppose the French love wine, and one of the reasons they
Laura
don't like
says she just
Disneyland
points
Paris
at
so
what
much
she
is
wants.
because the wine's pretty terrible. But does that
You
mean
missed
you can
that,
drink?
didn't you?
What did I miss?
Laura says she just points at what she wants.
Ah, right. That one. That one.
one,
That one.
that
That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. Is that how it goes, Laura?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's most places you can ask for.
Spatchcock poussin. Oh, spatchcock chicken.
I
Small
did,
cans.
I did
Oh.
spatchcock chicken for you 3 weeks ago.
Bhutan?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Peri
we did.
Peri spatchcock chicken.
I love a nice spatchcock,
We had it last week.
especially when it's moist.
Oh, not. Stop with your moist
Like
chicken.
a spatchcock is when they spread the legs.
You've
It's
gotta have it
moist. It's moist. It's tasty.
I had. Right, Homecoming is very good. It's not great for people
You
like
too,
myself.
Kenny.
It's not. Bye, Kenny. It's not particularly great for people like myself who don't eat meat but do eat fish. But these two.
Won't you?
These two sat there going, it's moist. It's moist, Caroline.
Well,
It was
Homecoming's
lovely.
awesome.
Chicken was lovely.
Homecoming is awesome.
I don't know what Bubba's. Is Bubba laughing at you or me?
And the drinks.
I think he's laughing at that one.
Oh.
And the drink is.
For Laura. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing is, if you really
What's happened?
fancy going to
don't?
Homecoming, When you do that, it confuses us.
Sorry.
He's done it again. He's changed the screen and it confuses. I can't see. If you go to Homecoming, seriously try the pickled.
The picklebacks.
The pickleback.
The moonshine.
The pickleback.
Has anyone had a
The
pickleback?
pickleback moonshine. If you haven't had it, try it. If you
Try it.
have, tell us your experience with
I'm
it.
freaked out by the birds.
And the other thing is the eggs. The deviled eggs are fantastic.
It is getting dark, Shari. It is getting dark.
Can you say word?
Still
You can still
early.
see us.
Well, actually, I think
Still
we're...
early.
Shari, can you tell I've had a bit sun today?
I haven't. I stayed in and just played Railway Tycoon for a couple of hours and then had a
That's what he was
and
saying
then,
before.
then I had a nap.
Hold on. Yes, Alan or Stevie, I don't know which one it is. He knows he needs a night vision camera. He was on about it before.
Why do I need a night vision camera?
For when you're doing stuff.
All right, okay. I want the sunglasses camera to do all the rides at like.
He wants a
theme
lot of
parks you can't do.
stuff.
Oh yeah, I want it. The thing I want the most is a camera gimbal so that it's got smooth footage. I was thinking you look bronzed, Caroline.
Going on your own without
just Alan.
Steve.
Alan, Dad
I
says.
wouldn't.
Dad says, how do you enjoy going to Alton Towers and all these places on your on your own without Stevie? Is that right?
Yes.
I think I've got it right there.
Because I wouldn't.
Leaning forward to see the chat, if anyone's wondering. Gareth shouted Mrs. Words out when he's talking to French people. Left pass room, forgot, have email, we stay.
You should have said
Why do we all do that?
Laura
Like
says
we
when he
speak
speaks-
English and
Laura
start
says
speaking
when he
English
speaks to French people,
badly
Gareth goes,
to
left
other
pass, room, forgot, have mail, we stay.
like other people can speak English fine, but we
No,
start
they can't.
speaking it.
No, they
but
can't speak
we
English
start speaking
fine.
it like
English is the hardest language to learn.
Spanglish
So
and
that's
all
what
that.
they say.
Yeah.
It is it's a version of English. It's not English.
That's what I was told when I was young. English was the hardest.
Alan says it's not too bad. I don't mind doing my own thing at my own pace.
Oh.
Dad struggles with this. It's obviously Dad's been on his own now for a few years, and he's still struggling with doing things on his own. So he's kind of questioning how you can all do it on your own when you do your kind of solo stuff. So he just wants to know because he's still struggling. Is that right? Well, you've seen him nod. I think that's what he's meaning.
The guy spoke clear English. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They speak English fine, and we just, become a 2-year-old where we can't have a string a sentence together. You asked the question: are we going to Annette? I hope so. We're going to do another live stream next Friday.
A what? A what?
Yeah,
A what?
yeah,
A what?
yeah. We're talking about it.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have. We said on the Friday, and we'll talk about what we're going to do the following week. We'll talk about what we're going to do the following week.
You have not talked about this with us.
I've
This is
never
just
heard.
new.
I'm sure I did.
He's not heard and I've not heard.
We need a video
It's
we need a video on Friday. So
It's been all.
what are you doing?
What's what you're doing? You're doing
Sorry.
after
It's been all in your head.
It's all been in your
Yeah,
head.
so we're going to do a live stream on Friday, and we'll talk more about the week. So Annette, maybe we've got a couple of restaurants booked. What if I can't remember.
Away man can't wait for it.
Away,
Say
man.
the one, another one.
Away man.
Who's trying
I
to
don't
be
think-
a
Away,
Who's trying to be
man.
a Geordie?
I don't think it'll be
Gareth.
as long as this
No,
one,
Gareth.
Gareth. But yeah, on Friday we plan on.
Gareth, I've been saying to
I
him,
plan on a live
I
stream.
think he should do some live streams from Disney.
I don't have enough data.
I do. Between what I think we will. But do on YouTube, like some live streams.
No problem, mate. Can I check your boot, please? Sometimes Stevie wants a day at home and I want to go out. That's because Stevie wants to play on our computer games, isn't it? What you playing at the moment? Ark or something?
I don't know. Why are you
doing-
looking at me about Stevie?
Doing the puzzles. Away,
That's
man.
good.
Can I
That's
wait for it?
Nice girl.
Stevie's
Yeah, but
not
I've
here.
only
Left
got
on
like
our own.
my billing period ends. When does it end? It ends in the middle of when we're away.
And mine's
They're
just
all in.
And I've got
restarting.
2 gig left, I think. And Caroline's is just before, so she's
Mine's,
got
no, mine's just restarting.
hers is just restarted now. So I think she's got about 7 gig left.
No, I've got 8. I haven't touched any of it. I use Wi-Fi in here, so I'm fine.
By the time then, no.
But no, I'm not going out and about, so you're fine.
So we will try. I did have an idea of live streaming the entire drive from Newcastle down to London next Sunday, but
That's mine.
that might eat up the
Get
data a
mine
little
then.
bit.
It's not left.
That was mine.
Caesar, I will teach you
Love
Yorkshire.
that.
Do you want a Yorkshire tea?
It's a cracking
The phone signal there
Caesar.
not the best.
Yeah.
Gareth
Tell
says.
Caesar what my dad said.
What did he say?
He thinks Caesar's a cracking lad for
Your
his
dad
age.
can say that.
I know, but he won't. You know what he's like? Right, Caesar, my dad's went off camera,
I'm pouring the drink.
and he said,
He's not having a wee. He's pouring a drink out
and
of
he
the keg.
said to say you're a cracking lad for your age,
Look after yourself.
I think he's
And-
awesome.
to look after yourself.
I think Caesar's awesome.
He is for his
Yeah.
age. He's a good lad.
He is.
He's a good lad.
Good head on his shoulders. So
He
much
has. That's what
potential.
Dad thinks.
Yeah.
You've got a good head on your shoulders, considering what you've been through.
That's all there is.
You did manage a
When-
few video calls, Gareth, and all those Instagram stories as well. But on the Instagram stories, did you record it directly in Instagram, or did you do the video separately and then
Do you want
upload
to
it?
ask him?
Ask
Dad, you're on
Gareth,
you ask
Ask
you
yourself.
ask yourself. You're on camera.
Is he
Ask
happy?
yourself, Dave.
Is he happy Cardiff's gone up?
Yes,
he
we
said
just
that
had
before.
conversation,
Oh, he
you
said it
missed
He
before.
said that about an hour and a half
I
ago.
didn't hear it. I didn't hear
Gareth,
it.
speak to me, Dad, again. He wants to know whether you're happy about Cardiff.
Hey, by gum.
I
Dad,
wasn't here.
You're a bit. You were.
I
You're a bit
wasn't.
slow.
I wasn't here.
Because when I
Yeah.
did the
Empty says Caesar to you. He's playing Minecraft.
Who's
when I did the
fake?
questions on Instagram that
actually
time,
got
I
the live
recorded
stream
them
on, but
outside and
playing
it cut the
games.
ends
Oh,
off. So
games.
if I do it direct on Instagram, it'll do the cuts and continue playing. Is that how? I'm terrible at Instagram and Twitter and YouTube and everything else. To be fair,
Who's having a wee?
Who's
no,
What?
it sounded like your dad was having a wee when he was pouring your beer.
Yo.
Premier League, here we come. He's landed.
Well done, Gareth. Gareth, you know what? You've got somewhere to stay when you come up to watch them, don't you?
You're going to come up and see Cardiff, Newcastle.
Sorry,
next year?
Laura. Actually, no, Laura. You can come up with them and we'll go shopping if you don't mind pushing us.
What, to the Disney store? To the
don't think-
outlets?
I don't
Any-
think. I don't
any
think Manners
store.
about the Disney store.
Oh, Dave,
What?
you farted. Oh,
That man. Oh,
Dave, that stinks.
It's been good.
Is it,
for
which
a
one
while.
uses that?
Don't
It's not
just
yours.
stop.
It's the drain.
Oh, drain, man. Sure.
It's the drain.
Oh, it's rotten.
Blame me, poor
trust
dad.
it,
It's the
come on.
Well,
drain.
it's not me. It's one of you two.
It's not.
Oh,
It's the drain.
yeah, mate.
It's been there for hours.
Starting and you've fucking shouted out.
Yes, Gareth, we can go. Thoughts? Oh, make my eyes water. Anyway, let's have a twister. Nothing puts me off food. Don't know if you've noticed that.
I need to watch it.
Dear me.
So was that a yes to Gareth and Laura both coming to Newcastle?
Harley's gone to bed. He's put himself to bed.
Where is he?
He's put himself to bed.
He's in his
Oh,
bed.
he's
Harley's
gone
put
to
him,
bed.
did you give me his biscuit?
Oh,
No, I think
yeah.
he just had enough because he wouldn't play with him.
He's put himself to bed because we weren't playing with his balls. These are just mini ones. I think you get them on Virgin flights now. These ones.
Yeah, you do. It's not the fab anymore. See, Jane said don't blame the dog either. Stop blaming the
It
dog.
wasn't the dog. It was Dave.
It wasn't me, Dad. It's the drains.
Talking about it.
We've got a drain that needs cleaning. Every so often it gets a bit overloaded,
Wellman.
and these two won't clean it. So I have to get my uncle to clean it because I can't do it anymore.
George up and turn around and say, "Ooh."
It's the first time it's smelt tonight, and I've actually got show what I've got to prove.
You're gonna set the wires on fire.
And to prove that I was trying to stop the smell, I've got smelly candles. Is he off? He's off to somewhere. I've got no idea. Oh, Mexican. I love Mexican food. Him to eat all Mexican food, even the candies.
That much.
What's that about? Who are you talking to?
That much gin. So you're flying BA.
Am I losing?
Where you flying BA from? You into Orlando from Gatwick? Yeah, must be Gatwick. We flew BA. What was the flight we did?
We went BA.
We
to
did Newcastle,
Vegas.
London to Heathrow, Heathrow to Vegas with BA 747 on that long one, which I think is the plane that they use for Gatwick.
It
went off ages ago.
You came out here and told
We then
us
did
it went off?
Southwest between Vegas and Orlando
Right.
International, and then we did BA A380 from Miami to Heathrow, and then Heathrow to Newcastle. We didn't want to do the change between Gatwick and Heathrow, and they were fine. The A380, fantastic plane. 747, bit old.
You know. They can't even come.
Got lots of Avios though, so if I do Thorpe Park, I can use Avios for those flights to Heathrow, so it'll cost like £60 return or something.
Look at him with his lollipops.
You what?
Look at him with his lollipops.
Much cheaper in school. So much cheaper in school holidays. Really?
Seriously?
We found Virgin when we've looked to be really expensive. Like when we went in 2012, we went with Virgin from Manchester, but the trip last year we found BA was the cheapest.
Do you not think
What
so?
was it? Was £2,300 I think for the flights with BA, and that was return and premium economy, and that was for 3 of us. In the next trip that's not announced, we
Next trip, that's not enough.
maybe
Christmas, maybe.
yeah. And then anyway, in the next trip that's not announced, we booked with BA as well, and we're doing Newcastle, Dublin, Orlando International on Aer Lingus.
You may as well just say
And
the whole
then-
whack now. Ow.
Orlando, Miami, London, Newcastle with BA. And then next year we're flying with TUI, so Newcastle to Sanford
Because explain how
direct.
cheap.
So it's a direct flight, and TUI would I mean the other flights aren't out yet, but they were quite cheap.
But quite cheap.
Yeah. Priced Virgin versus BA for May 2019. Virgin won by £600 or more.
Maybe
The flights
it's
aren't
why
out.
maybe
If
it's
you
why,
book a package, but the flights, like just flights, aren't out yet.
maybe it's where you fly from.
They'd be flying from Manchester.
No, but
Gareth
maybe
and Laura.
no, but maybe that's where you fly from is what causes the difference in price.
Maybe.
But the literally the actual flights themselves for next year on out, we know that. But TUI, the overall package with TUI is cheaper than what it's ever been, isn't it?
Like the same holiday with Virgin, and it's flying from Manchester, so excluding the getting to Manchester part from Newcastle, was like £800 more than TUI, something like that, for 2 weeks. We're going for 3 weeks next year, and that doesn't
Still
include
stuffy?
getting to Manchester as well, which was like probably about £200 return,
That's trying
between
to
100 and 200. You tidying up?
Try and do.
Yeah, BA seem to be the cheapest ones at the moment. We could have flown for Gatwick for a cheaper price, but by the time we got to Gatwick, it wasn't worth it. Cheaper us to fly there. Yeah,
It's not.
that's the same
That's what
same
we've
as us
learned.
next year, Alan. We could have done BA Newcastle to Heathrow, Gatwick to Orlando. Getting in between Heathrow and Gatwick's a pain when you have wheelchair and all that kind of stuff to think about. So that's why we did the Dublin route and the Miami route coming back, which was more expensive than the Heathrow and Gatwick. But time is money, and all of that, and easiness and stuff is all worth money. So it was worth paying a little bit more. Although for November's trip,
BA.
It's,
Shari's saying BA was like nearly £1.50 cheaper.
for November's trip, so Newcastle to Dublin, where you do pre-customs, and then Aer Lingus to Orlando, so it's a domestic flight when you land, so you're
So
straight through. There's
we
no
literally
customs
go
or
through
anything.
immigration in Dublin, so we don't have to
You're
worry
straight
about
through
it.
on the other side, and then coming back via Miami, it's £1,600 is what we've paid.
And
for the
that's
two-
including
for the two of us,
Premier
and that's
as well.
premium economy coming back. Not going out because you can't get it on Aer Lingus, but coming back it's premium economy. So you get like 46 kilograms of luggage each, and that was 1,600 for the two of us, so £800 each. Half BA, half Air, although Aer Lingus is owned by BA, so all BA.
Is it yours?
You should, Gareth, and on our website, that's on your invitation. There's
Just I stop texting and watching you, man.
On the website, there's a phone number on there, isn't there? You put Danielle's phone number on?
Yeah. Only
There's a phone number on there. Give her a call.
Hold on. For the people that are actually going on, who've had the invite. Sean's off screen, he's choked himself. For the people who've had invites to the wedding, if you go on to carolineandsean.com with the password you've been given, it does show that I've put in about Danielle giving a discount. It doesn't matter where you are in the country, if you ring up and book, she'll give you a discount.
It's when we say a discount,
Sorry, you were invited, but you couldn't go.
when we say a discount, it's not a big discount, but I think overall it was about £30 cheaper than the website. But you've got a person to talk to, and
Holly and Stu got it £100 and something cheaper.
yeah. But for us, it was about £30.
For us, it was 30,
Um,
but we're staying 3 weeks. The rest got it £100 and something cheaper.
Tell Sean. Stop.
£30 is £30 at the end of the day. It's
Well, no,
cheaper, and
I
it was.
looked after
It means
that.
you've got a person to speak to, sort all the stuff out rather than ringing lots of people. What's he saying?
When Shari and Chris come up, they don't need to come meet me, so he'll keep them occupied.
Fair enough. Dave just wants you for himself. Sure, sorry. Virgin to Manchester to Orlando was about 4,000 for us both. Is that just for the flight? Just for the flight?
Ridiculous.
Because when we were looking, the prices were crazy, especially if you wanted premium. Like to add premium on was ridiculous. Same type
I'll
of
show her
issues
my
over
dress,
here.
maybe I'll get half price. Danielle is amazing, seriously. She's went out of her way to do. She's got me and Sean extra baggage that we didn't really need.
Yeah, so but like Bubba Ray, our local airport's 5 minutes away from our house. Literally 5 minutes. The plane's going over the house.
Come on, man. So no.
And
You tilted.
so the like truly international long distance places. The one is
Coming out.
Sanford
Oh, I said to you,
Um,
it's empty. No. Press
and
the button.
Cancun,
I can't do it. It's me.
and then they have
Can
like
you get
1 or 2 flights per year to like Singapore, I think, but it's for a cruise in Dubai as well. And then we have an Emirates flight, Newcastle to Dubai, to link elsewhere. But that's all really truly long distance. All the rest are like local.
It's empty.
Spain, France, Germany, Canary Islands, that kind of stuff.
What?
It's creating.
We used to have a flight to New York, but we don't anymore. United stopped that flight, and Jet2 do it occasionally. Flight, hotel, and car for 2k. Is that per person? That must be per person, Alan. So like 4k, yeah. We still need to sort our car out a car for next year. We don't have a car as part of the holiday booking with TUI. We're going to do that separately. And that's premium economy. Yeah. Block Hotel at Gatwick. I fancy staying there after seeing everyone's
Sure,
videos.
you do really fancy that, don't you?
Yeah, I want the Crispy Smalls merch as well, but Caroline's like, no.
No,
I want that pillow.
No,
I want that pillow.
I didn't say no. I said I didn't like specific ones. There's nothing.
I really like that pillow.
I really like the crispy s'mores. Don't get us wrong, but I'm very specific on what I like, and I don't like all of the merchandise. It's as simple as that. You do, I don't.
Absolutely.
I
Gareth.
really wanted to get the Brook Hearts, but for me to get the Brook Hearts, for me, and bearing in mind I'm tiny, to get a tiny little thing and pay an extra £15 to £20 it's not worth it for me. I may as well just wait till we go in the time we're not advertising yet and pay nothing to have it delivered to the hotel.
Look at him. Harley's picking
She's
his
in
nose
now.
at the door.
Okay, hold on. Shall
So-
we sit?
Yeah, Sean, beware what happens when you buy someone's merchandise. What do you mean? You mean in the customs taxes? Every time we've bought,
We've got charged.
but I think I know what Shari's really meaning.
Yeah.
But yeah, we always get customs taxes and it doesn't matter what we've bought. So Tim Tracker, theme park brews, and all the rest of it. Like, it ends up costing like £15 more per item, which is just bonkers. We've never escaped it. Alan says we're cheapskates who refuse to pay for premium economy. So we like premium economy. So we've done premium economy on BA and we've done it on TUI before, and we're doing it on BA and American Airlines this year and TUI next year. So BA, the seats are better, at least on the A380.
Yeah, it was fine.
It's the luggage allowance, the double the luggage allowance. So you get,
BA
instead of 23 kilograms, you get 46 per person.
The BA luggage allowance really works out for us perfectly. But with going with TUI, we've had to kind of improvise, and I've had to then use the medical allowance because I need it. Whereas with BA, I didn't have to worry about it, did I?
Yep. TUI, I think TUI's got the best premium out of all of them. Just like how much legroom you get, how wide the seat is, comfiness, all the stuff that you get, and the cabin is just probably the best one. And you get lounge access with premium economy on TUI as well. So both here and in America, you get the lounge.
Come on, Tim.
In the airport.
Here. He's tired
with
now.
premium.
Come here, baby.
For free.
Come here.
But
come on, up you get.
The luggage allowance is not very good, and that's where we're going to fall back next year. We're going for 3 weeks, and it's a wedding, so we need to take dresses and suits and all that kind of stuff, which adds weight, and we can't get the weight allowance that we need with TUI, so we've got to figure that out. We need SSV merch. We're too small. We're too small of a channel.
We're not big enough
for merch. So I've had some stickers made. I've got some badges and some fridge magnets ordered. And we're just going to give them away to
But if you've been brutally honest, you don't even see yourself as a big...
No, so like Gareth and Laura, you've got some stickers off us. We're going to give them to everyone else.
Sean had a bit of a giggle and got some stickers done, and then somebody said to him, do something else, and we've done it as a bit of a laugh, but Sean doesn't see himself that way. He sees himself as a person who goes out there, does something that he likes doing. It's de-stressed him, and it's made you happy. Am I right?
So the badges and the magnets and the stickers and things, we're just going to give away to all you.
Send them some stickers.
To all you guys, we will send you some, Caesar. We're going to take, assuming the badges and things come in time, we'll take a load of Alton Towers, but I have a feeling they won't get here in time, so we can take stickers. We're going to get our new sign off is keep making memories. Catch you later. So I'll get some stickers and things made with that we'll just give away, and then maybe down the line, like many years down the line, if we ever make it to 500 subscribers, we might get some t-shirts and things. That being said, if people want them, I'll get an individual one made and send it to you. I don't mind doing that. We're gonna get a tattoo made for Planet Mark, so
because he wants one.
He wants one, like a big tattoo for his whole back. So I'll get the logo made into a tattoo.
Explain why he wants one. It's for one of his vlogs. He wants to put on his back.
Yeah. I get fed up having to buy 2X. Why do you buy 2XL clothes, Shari? You don't need clothes that
Shari,
shirts that are that big.
Even what? What?
What's your?
Why did Shari say that?
Yeah, Jane, send that link over. I'll have a look.
Shari, you're not extra large. You're not even 2XL. I'm confused.
I don't know.
I'm seriously confused.
Alan says, I flew to India with BA for work about 10 years ago on their Economy Plus type service, and it was rubbish. Went back a few months later with Emirates instead.
If he flew to India, he does something like you.
Not necessarily. That was 10 years ago. I used to work for BA.
Sean worked
10 years ago, actually.
Sean worked for BA 10 years ago.
Like well, yeah, 10 years ago. That's when I stopped working for BA, and I worked for them for a year.
When we met, Sean stopped working for BA, but Sean works for a company that works out in India as well, all over the world.
And I had some free flights that I never got to use, and my idea was to fly to fly to India for the weekend, but for a curry and fly back, but I never got the chance to do it. New airport, new hotel, new airline. That's a bit much.
Gareth,
do whatever makes you comfortable, Shari.
What?
I want stickers. We need the stuff. You can.
Gareth
you
wanted
can
to
have
spread the word about SSP. Oh God, Laura cracked me up.
What?
I
We,
love you, Laura.
we only sent you two. Only sent them 2 stickers, didn't we? Didn't we? She's crackers.
She cracks us up. I love Laura.
We love Laura.
She makes
She's
me laugh all the time.
we can give you more stickers.
She's like me dad.
I want to know about this rock thing. What on
What
earth
is
the
this? Rock? It wasn't rock.
14.
Was it?
There's a hidden rock that's
No,
hidden.
I didn't think it was a rock. Right.
Size 14 to 16 is 2XL in Disney.
What?
Size to 40.
Seriously?
We need King Dave t-shirts.
Actually, we've had a joke about this about getting me dad his own t-shirt.
Jace, what kind of t-shirt do you want? Do you want it's very good, or do you want just his face on a t-shirt?
Who says that?
Like his real face or a cartoon face?
It's
We'll get
very
one made.
good.
Yeah, we'll get one made. I wear a
It's
US
wet.
medium. What do I wear? I must wear a US XL at the moment.
You're a big.
Yeah, but a US XL is pretty big.
No, you are bigger than that.
No.
You were a double XL here to a.
Well,
With
it
some-
depends on what I get. I'm between a large and a 2XL.
Sean's between an XL and a double XL right now, which is the biggest he's ever been.
I think US is XL.
I have no idea what that in America.
Haha, yeah, you can blame me, Alan. When I went to Trinidad over 30 years ago, I flew BA. Do you think the pilot will still sign my junior Jekyll book? Maybe. You can only
You
ask.
never
They can
know.
only say no, Shari. 4 rocks hidden around Disneyland Paris, painted in Disney themes.
Hey, there's your answer.
By our niece. So we've got to look for those. We'll need some hints. Like, it's a big
That was
place,
Laura who
right?
said that. Or somebody
Get
else.
it?
And then
I've
Laura
can't
says,
afford that
no, I'm a 3XL in
losing
Disney,
track.
Shari, and I'm not a size up from you. I'm a good couple of sizes up from you.
What?
Why would you need a cartoon that face?
Me
I know,
dad-
Dave's
What?
face is just...
Can I just say, my dad's
Look at those
asking
cheeks.
me to explain what's being said on here, and I kind of keep track of the two of them. He's saying, "Tell Laura I love her too." I'm lost.
I like my clothes baggy, and Disney doesn't do my size, and my Darth Vader dress is 2XL, and it fits perfectly.
Look, nowhere
that?
gets anyone's sizes properly because we're all different shapes.
Yep.
That's right.
Different shapes, different sizes, and every shop you go to, like...
It's
they do
never
them
the
differently as
same. I can't even get it. I'm petite. Nowhere does my size. Nowhere. Not even the petite shops. They're not. Nothing's right. I've got to either get them pin tucked. Is that right? It's Gareth telling me to stop speaking to him before I had to open it again.
I'll be back in a minute.
Talking.
Sean needs to go to the toilet.
How did you know?
Is she? What's on? It's only Sean, man.
Sean really wanted his pair. This is the true story. Sean said to me, "Caroline, can I get a pair of skinny jeans?" And I went, "Sean, don't get a pair of skinny jeans because you've got a seriously weird shape and you're slightly overweight." I'm honest, that's what I said to him. He looked at them and went, yeah, you're probably right. Didn't order them. And then I ordered a pair from that were 38 waist. And I still think he's a 40 waist, but he denies it. So I ordered a 38 waist, straight leg with a tapered. And he said, "Caroline, they're going to be just the same. They'll come and they're short and they're small." And they didn't. They've come perfect. So sometimes just be careful what you order. Yeah, it is very annoying because I can't get a right size for me at all. I'm always having to pay to have things taken up, and so does Dad, because Dad's a really strange size as well. My shape is roundish, lumpy, so I've
I've just got a short leg.
Dad's got a short leg like me. I'm trying to Himpty. Shari Glide, Himpty official. All the details. Oh, what's Himpty said? Shari, what did I mean about Himpty? The only petite thing I can have is petit pois.
Petit bois.
Do you want some peas, Dad?
The sun's gone in.
We can see fine. We've got light here. 2 rocks in. Shari's right though. You would wear things in Disney that you wouldn't wear at home. That's very true.
Right.
I've got stuff
What you
I'm
do?
not wearing at home.
No,
but I'll wear
the petite thing I can have is petit
Petit
pois.
pois. We've already passed that.
Oh dear. Skinny
Betty,
jeans.
what? We've just been talking about your jeans, how you ordered skinny, and I went, no, don't order
You see, I
skinny,
love
and whatever.
peas.
Showed me like skinny taper jeans instead.
Yeah,
Should've
I
said
told her
them,
about your skinny taper jeans.
Yeah.
Dad and
So I
Sean
love peas.
love peas. Don't fart enough.
I love it when it's peas. You mean
Skinny
you don't go out
jeans
dressed
hit
in bro? Yeah.
What? Skinny jeans, him everything on show. Is it just Shari and Gareth now? And Laura?
You've got two left.
I don't even know. I have no idea. We've just chatted. No, seriously, who's still there?
He would have stopped.
Apart from Himty, Gareth, and
I bet
Laura.
your bro White goes down really well in Wales. I've just been thinking, it's Sunday. Is there a Gareth and Laura video? Is there a Gareth and Laura video that we've missed tonight that we need to watch?
No, I think we're the
I'd have
excuse.
been watching you.
Hold on, right? There's 11 people in.
Economy.
Hold on, there's 11 people in here. Jane's popped up.
Alan, I don't normally wear shorts, but tonight
I've got him to wear shorts.
I'm wearing shorts.
Bit of knees up.
But I don't normally.
Oh no, hold on. Right,
rarely come
right.
outside.
There's 11 people meant to be watching, but we only had 2 people speaking.
No, we've got what Shari, Bubba,
You see what happens?
Bubba, Gareth
You
and
see?
Laura, Jane. Yeah.
You see, Pat? It's not about me and him. You go out the room and they all go.
They all leave.
They all
They all
leave
leave.
because
No.
it was just us. See, I told you, it's all about you.
Check them fat calves out, Alan. I bet you for your 4-hour walks and all the rest of it that you do, you've
Are you with him?
Dog? Sitting looking at us?
Hey.
Dad.
Tomorrow. Yes. Is that the trailer,
Stop
Laura?
winding the
Is that the
dog
trailer?
up.
You should teach Gareth.
Laura,
And
Dave's
share
winding the dog
Got
up.
us, what?
Share the load, and you can just boss him around and say, do this, do that, make sure
Well,
it's
you can
right.
come and look
Because
at
I
that
do all the
then.
editing, and I'm not allowed to publish anything
Next
until
week.
Caroline's reviewed it and given me her list of
It's
bit of
all
paper with all of her comments and feedback on. And then I have to go and
weird
re-edit
to see
it and
that.
then do it all again. Whereas Dave's feedback is, that's good, I love it, it's great, I like the music.
Dad's feedback on everything.
I have to edit Jeff's vlog, I mean the weekend vlog. Yes. I've got some new music for the vlogs, which I've pre-done for Disneyland Paris. Daisy's fast asleep. Oh, Harley would normally be fast asleep now as well.
Put all the lights on.
Harley would normally be fast asleep
Yes.
because he has like a bedtime biscuit, and that means at 6:15 he gets that, and that means he just goes to sleep from that point, but he's like head on the floor and stuff. But yeah, I bet Gareth is. Max is fast asleep too. Jane, you're gonna start though, aren't you? Well, you. Oh. You're gonna be in hours, maybe. We'll see. We will see how that goes. From our Easter weekend vlog, my friend Chris was there with me, but you never really saw him in the vlog. But he's coming to London with us as well, so you'll get to meet him, Jane. And it's 50-50 whether he's going to be in the vlog at the moment. But I don't mind. Like, anybody who comes with us, you just need to tell me and either be in it or don't be in it. But I just know beforehand that we vlog. The Method to the Magic did a really good video on what it's like to travel with a vlogger, and I think I want to share that with everybody because it's just a pretty good video. Jeff's going crazy. Is he not asleep? You hate editing. I love it. I love editing. Sometimes I'm lazy. I mean, lazy is maybe not the right word. It still takes me like 2 hours to edit a video, but I might not do anything particularly special with it. Whereas, like, just setting up this live stream took an hour today. Setting it up last week, where I had to do all the graphics and all the rest of it, took like 4 hours. Just to practice and get it all going. And that's just for a live stream. Yeah, I'll show Laura. I will show you the biscuit.
What's been said? I hate editing. It's the best times.
Biscuits.
Oh, the dog's biscuits. Laura, seriously, the best thing, he's asleep. Well, he's been asleep, and he's now literally, you need
On
to
the
take,
chair.
you now need to show him what he's like.
Waiting to go to bed.
He's literally waiting to go to bed.
Yeah, it's got like chamomile and stuff
And then
like
we've
that.
got the ones for during the day as well.
Yes, Gareth, everyone is welcome to be in the vlog. We're all vloggers, so I expect you all to be in it, really.
It's Gareth's turn.
But if you don't want to be, you don't have to be.
No, Jane, Sean's got an idea, but he doesn't want. He's going to speak to you about it properly later.
Yeah, Caesar. It's the only reason that this one took an hour was to build all the questions in. But other than that, if I didn't do that, it would have been like a couple of minutes. Apart from the fact it lost the schedule of the stream, and I had to figure that out. Yes,
Sean,
cameras everywhere, Alan. Definitely.
Caesar, Sean wants to learn to do better with his questions and stuff on the side. But he struggled the other week when he asked you for help, and then this is what he came up with himself. I don't have a clue what he's doing. I used to be able to do what Sean does, and I used to be probably able to do it better than Sean. Believe it or not, I was very good at that kind of stuff. I could fix computers, you name it, I could do it. But not anymore. My brain doesn't function like that anymore. I was better than Sean at the internet. Put it that way. Internet computers was my forte.
Get Buddy some of these as well. These are like daytime treats, calm and relaxed.
Can I see that?
Yeah, Himpty, it does. That's what we're saying today. Once you get everything set up properly the way you want it to do, but Sean wants it nice the way he wants it, and he can't exactly get it the way he wants it right now, but he's trying.
I'm just not clever enough. I haven't figured it out yet, so I'll,
They are called
I
bedtime
don't have the
biscuits,
graphical
Laura.
skills.
Yeah.
I don't have
And then the
graphical
ones that
skills.
Sean's just showed you, literally, they are the best biscuits. So I was impressed with what all.
The relaxing treats. So both of those can be bought in Petstore now. When we originally got them, they were specialist, but now you can get them at Petstore.
You can get them anywhere, but Shari, when you come up, because we buy them in bulk, we'll keep you some.
Laura
And
says she
Laura-
won't be in many vlogs at Alton Towers.
Laura, doesn't matter, because I'm bag lady, so I won't be either. So it doesn't make any difference. You'll be like, woohoo, that's it.
Well-
That's all I'm doing. So
You can't really vlog on the rides or anything, so most of the vlogs will be
there.
us all chatting.
Laura,
Come just see you want.
Laura, it's just going to be me.
There is
and-
that as well, Gareth.
Hold on, let me speak. Laura, it's just going to be me and Steph. Steph's looking after me, basically, which is what you would be doing too. Wing lady, which I'll appreciate. And little Jimmy, unless you can take him on anything. So
Jimmy will be on
You
most of the
wanna go
rides.
on the rides, Jimmy.
well, it'll be Laura, Steph, and me.
Yeah.
And I'll appreciate all the help in the world, because otherwise I'll just sit there and get burnt and not do anything much.
So Bubba Ray says, when I can edit all at once, I love the process. When I have to do small chunks here and there, I hate it. I hate having to pick up and remember what I was doing. Yeah, I try and like do it in, if I have to separate it, I try and do it in like batches so I know what that chunk is.
Laura's chief bag lady, she says.
Is
Right,
she?
she's chief, so what am I?
Did you see the trip announcement? Caroline's definitely got all the bags. And Bubba Ray also says, plus I tend to start chasing down rabbit holes when editing and find myself spending far too much time obsessing over little. Yeah, like I can spend an
Well,
hour or
good,
2
well,
hours
actually,
on
she's got a
something that
point,
takes
Laura. She's got a
takes a
point.
second in the video, like
Ah,
a lower third title, like the Sean vlog Twitter thing that's in the bottom left hand corner. That took way too long to do, and there's no need for it really.
Laura's right. Me, Steph, and her will have our own bag lady, but
Are we gonna have like bag lady vlog and thrill ride vlog, like double vlog Alton Towers?
you can keep them going. But I am getting tired.
Yeah. So it's getting a little bit dark now, and we're all getting a little bit tired, especially Caroline. So we're gonna wrap it up because it won't be long before you can't see us on this camera. But yeah, Laura, definitely bag lady vlogs. Ripsaw's not there anymore. I don't think Ripsaw's there anymore. Alan, you'll know. Ah, there we go. Ripsaw isn't there anymore, Gareth. I didn't when I last went on Ripsaw. They made me like, I went to just sit on it, and then they got me up and moved me twice on the
You
ride to
can
balance
always-
it out.
2 minutes.
I was like, how fat do you think I am? They made me balance the ride by moving me,
Answer
and then
the
I didn't
last
really
question.
like it.
Answer the last question.
Can I video call you? You can video call us anytime you want, Shari.
Anytime, Shari.
Anytime you want. But yeah, we're going to call it a day.
Gareth,
It's been fantastic.
To be honest, it's not Sean calling it a day, it's me. I am absolutely shattered.
Laura,
I'm sorry.
Can't see you, she says.
I'm so tired, and I'm literally I've gone way over my energy level, and I'm tired, and I want to go to bed.
But yeah, this has been absolutely awesome. This, like, nearly 3.5 hours is just
Exactly, Laura.
unbelievable. So
I've done it for him
thank
because
you
he does
all.
it for me. I'll sleep in longer in the morning when he has to go to work.
I don't have to work tomorrow. It's
Oh
bank
no,
holiday
it's Bank
Monday.
Holiday Monday.
I'm not working
Oh.
tomorrow. Hey. But yeah, thank you all, and we will chat to you offline. It's been great,
Yeah.
and look forward to the next one.
Thank you, everyone, and I'm sure there's a lot I haven't covered. I've tried my best, but anything else you want to ask, even if it's just off screen, I'll gladly answer them when I can. Okay, thank you.
So yeah, we're gonna go now. So we will see how I knew.
on him.
Oh, he's being funny with the keg. I don't know what he's doing.
Trying to get
But everyone, keep making memories, and we will catch you all later. So thanks very much, and enjoy the rest of your weekend if everyone has it.
Thank you.